Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? I hope everybody is having a fantastic Friday night where we're going to be talking Patriots, we're going to be talking Eagles, we're going to be talking that the season has started, that we're ready to go. And wow, so happy that we're about to start the season. If everybody watched Thursday Night Football, man, I'm glad I'm glad that KC lost. I'm really glad that the Lions really they fought pretty hard. A lot of cases that the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know, seems like the game was really going their way for a while. But it is what it is. I hope everyone's doing well today. We're just going to be talking anything. Obviously, so to kind of go over what we're doing throughout the season every single week. So we have streams on Mondays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. Mondays, we'll talk about the game that just passed. Fridays, we'll talk about the next opponent. And then we'll have, obviously, the Shakedown on Saturday stream, post-game shakedown on Saturday, post-game shakedown on Sunday. Sorry, I cannot talk tonight. So I do, I do apologize for that. But a lot to look into this game coming Sunday here. Let's say hello, everybody, in the chat real quick. I'm still figuring out how to learn this. What's going on? What is up? What is up? We got Donnie. What's going on, man? What's going on, Don? Hector. We got Daniel Barry. What's going on, dude? We got Bleeding Kelly Green. What's going on, bro? Messiah Armstrong. Jeff Sasser. I can't say that, but I do appreciate it. Where are you hiding? What's going on? So it's going to be too easy. You can't say a game is going to be too easy. But, Jack Jones, their starting corner is going to be out, so it's going to be Christian Gonzalez. That's going to be starting. Their 17th overall pick will be starting in the game. No Juju Smith-Schuster. We all know that he's afraid to face us on Sunday, obviously. What's going on, Hector? I want to shout, let's say everybody. Shout out my name. Sahib Bir Katha. I can't even say that name right. I'm going to say it wrong. Kane Gone said, what's going on, dude? What's going on? Andy said, James, hello from North Dakota. What's going on, man? Furley gang, Kyle says, Joey, if we shut down Patriots run game, we will win. Yeah, so the run game is really good. They have a nice group of backs, but we just got to stop that run. I mean, this is going to be we got to see what Sean Desai is all about. We look good on paper right now. Got a lot of defensive acquisitions this offseason, especially the draft. The depth is great right now. Interesting to see what they do with special teams going forward with Devin Allen, with Britton Covey, if they're going to bring him up to the active roster. I mean, they're probably going to bring him to the active roster come tomorrow. I know that in practice the other day, they had Quez Watkins, they had Oz, and they had Greg Ward on some of the kick returns, punt returns. So I'm more interested to see what's going on with the special teams right now. What's going on, John? I hope everyone's good. TYT says, hey, Joey, I'm nervous because it's week 1, so who knows? But I'm happy to see our boys. Fly, Eagles, fly. That's all that matters. The first game is always a coin flip. It really is, because it really shows you if your team is ready or not. Like the first game is always just a coin flip type game. First game of the season's who's more prepared, who's more ready. Obviously, there's not much tape on both teams really going into. The only tape you can really look at is from last year. Now, the Patriots defense has really done really bad even last year against mobile quarterbacks. Judon is one player that we definitely have to watch out for on the defense, but he has done a pretty bad job on really getting sucked in too much. Pause on the read options and the RPOs. And I feel like we have a slight advantage in this game. I think personnel-wise, offensively, I just don't think they match us well. Even if Jack Jones was playing, I wouldn't really make a big deal about it. But obviously, you have ex-Eagles, Jalen Mills will be there, obviously. And the rest of this secondary, and obviously Judon is a good player. But we'll be facing most likely, we'll be facing Lane Johnson, and we'll be facing our left tackle in Mulata as well. So, should be very interesting. What's going on, Jonas? What's going on, bro? Where he likes to stop the run, that's going to be just about it outside of intermediate pass. I don't trust Mac Jones to consistently pass the ball. If he does, I'm seriously going to say this, that I think that Jalen Carter is going to have his first sack of this game. I do. I feel like he's going to, out the gate, get one in. And the rest of this defensive line is going to cook as well. But I'm excited to see like what they do with Nolan Smith, off the ball linebacker. Kind of doing different things with him. So a lot of different things they could do in this game. But I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped about it. I am over the moon for it. No doubt. Let's see here. Oh, hold on. I think I messed up. Okay, I'm good now. Sorry. Ray said, "Hey Joey, Philly got a punter yet? How we better do something." Yeah, I don't know. Aaron's. I mean, from what I could guess right now, if they're not signing Braden Mann, if they're not signing Donnie, I forgot his damn Donnie O'Connell, whatever his name is, from Green Bay. Okay, then I don't know what they're doing. I honestly don't. If I'm just gonna guess right now, I'm gonna guess that they're not gonna sign a punter, and Aaron Sipos will be our starting punter. It sucks. It really sucks. So, we got Christian Virus says, "How you healthy? How you healthy now, man? What's going on, man? I feel a little bit better. I still kind of have it a little bit. I feel better than yesterday. Still lingering today, but not as bad. So hopefully by the end of the weekend, I haven't worked out in a few days, so not in the hot sun. So it's been kind of crazy. I appreciate you asking, though. Definitely appreciate you asking. Kyle says, Joey, I think if Chiefs don't play Chris Jones, they could be four. I mean, that's the thing, dude. Like, the guy's sitting up there watching his team struggle, and he's not even on the field. You know what I mean? That media is going to coddle. And look, at the end of the day, like, Patrick Mahomes isn't going to get the blame for some, even for the interception and some of the drops. Okay, Kadarius Toney is, I guess him and the Giant fans have some beef going on right now. And we already looked at this. The Giants wanted Devontae Smith. They did. And Kadarius Toney was more of a second-round pick than a late first, okay? He was not a first-round pick, in my opinion. I think when it comes to special teams and things like that, I think he'd be really good. But as a starting receiver, it's not looking too good for him right now. I mean, I don't think they're going to bench him, but it's definitely going to be a game that he's going to learn from, no doubt. Philly 416 says, let's stop the run and we get him right where we want him. 4+ sacks. I'll give you something better. I think you're going to have 6+ sacks in this game. I honestly do. If they make Mac Jones throw the ball, it's going to be kind of crazy. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be in this game in Gillette Stadium. They're going to be honoring Tom Brady at halftime. There's a lot going on in this game, but should be interesting. Severe says, is it going to rain? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the weather is supposed to be. I'm not even sure. Chris, what's going on? Says, Yo, Shakes, it's the Christmas morning as a kid. First game of the season, bro. I mean, we're already here, man. We're already here for the season. I'm just excited to get this going. I mean, we already have like 3 1:00 games, and 2 of them are against Washington. Yo says, I think defense will have a pick 6. I hope so, man. We did last year. In the on the first game of the season with James Bradbury. So hopefully we get Fox Eagle says just signed Donnie Bag of Bones Jones. Is he retired? I don't even know, to be honest. Tanner says at least Hippos can hold for Elliott all he is good for, but that's not the reason he should stay on this roster. You know what I mean? I don't think he should stay on this roster for that reason, and I really don't want it to be that way. I really don't. Max says it's supposed to be rainy, I think, in Juliet. That sucks. Yeah, rain could change the whole entire game. You know how that Jaguars game went last year, you know what I mean? So, Spear says, who was worse, Chip Kelly or Doug Pearson from 2020? What do you mean from 2020? I mean, Chip was gone, but I don't get what that means. So who was worse, Chip Kelly or Doug Peterson from 2020? Well, I don't think Chip was in the NFL at that point. I don't think he was. I don't think he was even there. Philly says, I was thinking 6 sacks, but I find that won't sound great. No, it's not, because I feel like they don't have a great look. Who do you have to watch out for the receiver wise? I mean, Devontae Parker, he's up and down his career. He's been injured a lot in his career. You know what I mean? There's really not much else. maybe not much else really offensively. I mean, you miss Juju Smith-Schuster a little bit, but I'm not even, I'm not making a big deal about it. I think they have to run the ball. I think they have to be very balanced because this pass rush is going to go after him. I hope Sean Desai takes chances. I'm not saying he has to blitz every play, but I hope he takes a lot of chances. So that's what I'm hoping. I said, I'm so excited. It's insane. Swift, Penny, then on defense, Nolan and Carter and Nakobe. Oh, my God, I'm just so excited. Can't wait. We're going to see how this whole thing unfolds. But the number one thing going into this game is that the Eagles are 100% healthy. That's the great thing. All we really had the past couple days was, we had 2 people that were sick. I think Josh Jobe was sick. I think just had an illness or something, so it wasn't serious. So... Fox the Chip Kelly is the worst. Don't compare Doug. Yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't compare it. You won a championship with Doug, so it automatically is going to be better. Do I watch UFC? I do not. Humalai Snuggo says, run first as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to run first. I mean, this is a pass-first team. This offense goes through A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert, so I expect them to pass the ball, but I definitely expect them to run a lot, too. I expect DeAndre Swift in the passing game a crap ton just because, I mean, he was even working with the receivers the past couple days. He was the only running back the last few days working with the wide receivers, which is telling you that, are they going to stray Gainwell away from not passing the ball to him anymore, or is it going to be purely Swift in the passing game and the run game? Is Gainwell going to get most of the carries? We'll see. You know what I mean? I think most importantly, I think the most exciting player offensively for the Eagles, I think it's definitely DeAndre Swift, no doubt. Wayne's piece is Bradbury making sure Juju got not getting targets. Yeah. I guess he's afraid to play. I guess his knee's about to explode. I never even heard of that in my life. Juju Smith-Schuster's knee is about to explode. I mean, apparently there was some late swelling or something like that. I have no idea. So that's what we've seen so far, but yeah, nothing really much other than that. It's been pretty quiet. Jack Jones, their starting corner, is going to be out this game. So, TY said, if Desai can scheme right, we are going to be better than last. Oh, yeah, I don't think, to be honest, EY, I don't think this can get worse. And it's not like it was bad last year. We just saw the signs, or at least I did. Okay, I saw the signs last year of, keeping your foot on the gas or stepping on their necks in the first half and then just kind of letting this team come back alive in the second half. It was really annoying all year. And people were telling me to relax. People were telling me it wasn't a big deal at all. But it was, because it affected us. Gannon's worst game was the Super Bowl. Statistically, he was mentally beaten. He was outcoached. And he put his players in bad situations. Obviously, there's a lot of blame to go around. It's not just Gannon. There's a lot of outside stuff going on with that Super Bowl, which I'm over with. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go for another run here. And the Eagles have the roster to do it. They have the head coach to do it. They have the culture to do it. Okay. Why is Philly 416's message getting deleted? Kelly Green deleted a message. So, let's see here. Let's go down the list here. Joe's McGee said, I like to see the Eagles. Yeah, we'll see the Eagles run game. I'm not worried about the Eagles run game. It's gonna be interesting how many times they pass these running backs. I want to see the carries, because obviously by Monday I'll have a video out on all the carries. I'll have all the percentages of what kind of everything looks like. I know it will change over time. Due time things will change, so I won't make a big deal about it. Chris says, we saw cracks the first Cowboys game, the Cardinals game. Yeah, true. That is true. We got a super chat from CW Gearhead. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. He says, I'm starting this as a fun for our new punter. Maybe we can raise enough to get McAfee out of retirement. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I don't think that $20 is going to mean much to them, but I do appreciate it. And I don't think I don't think they're going to make a change here. I don't. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have a new punter. I don't. If they sign somebody tomorrow, and I think, it could happen because they're going to sign this guy last second. He's already going to be on the roster regardless. So, I mean, it'll be maybe a late signing if they do sign him, but something's got to happen. I think something will happen tomorrow, but we're just going to have to see. It's going to be Aaron Sipos. For my understanding right now, that's all. I mean, look, they had a lot of interest in Braden Mann. They had a lot of interest to back up Steelers punter. They had a lot of interest in him. Pat O'Connell, whatever his name is, from Green Bay. He was the best free agent out of all the free agent punters that we did work out. And then, yeah, I mean, nothing really happened after that. I mean, I don't know what's up with Michael. Michael Clay is like, well, it's obvious who's going to be the punter and punter. It's obvious from who's on the field. You'll see who's going to be the punt returner and the punter. But it's like, dude, if T.Y. Zettner wasn't going to make this team, why didn't you bring in punters during training camp? At least more of them. Or at least if T.Y. wasn't going to be the guy, then take him out, put somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I would have been switching guys. Like, give T.Y. Zettner a week. If he doesn't look good, take him out. You know what I mean? After a week or a couple weeks or something like that. That's what I would have done, at least. Something like that. But they kept those two guys throughout all of training camp. And Legatron was no Legatron. And Aaron Sipos had a 20-yard punt. Pat O'Connell from Green Bay, a free agent that we worked out, he was only the 28th best punter. Aaron Sipos was the 30th worst punter in the league last year. Or 30th best, I should say. Okay, it's not saying much. Pat O'Connell only had like 46% inside the 20-yard line, punt-wise. I don't feel good about special teams, guys. I really don't. I hope we see something different, but we'll see. We'll see. What if he said, if I'm Howie, I'm destroying since A.J. Brown was working out? Oh, was he? I did not know that. I know that guy has his YouTube channel. I don't know why he doesn't get a shot to play the NFL, man. Foxy, Joey, what happened to your Discord service? He was kind of dead. Well, it's gonna be more active now, just because I don't think it's dead at all. I think it's pretty active, to be honest, because I jump on it here and there, but I've been really busy. But during the season, I'll be jumping on with a lot of people on there, and yeah, Discord link is up, so definitely join the Discord if you guys have it either. So, Severe Child says, if Wentz came back to play against Philly, are you going to boo him? Yes, of course I am. You're asking the wrong guy that's going to cheer for him. It's definitely not me. It's definitely not me. Devin Miller says, that's why the assumption is it will be Sipos because of Elliott. We've worked out too many not to find. Yeah, and it's really hard to find a punter. It's not easy. But the problem is, dude, you have one job. As a punter, you got one job. That's it. I don't get how bad you could be at punting when you have one job. Is it pressure? I don't know what it is. But you can't punt middle of the field. You can't punt only 20 yards in a preseason game. That's unacceptable as a starter. And the Eagles are probably going to keep him because of the reason that he can hold for Jake Elliott. And that's the most BS excuse I have ever heard. And it sucks. It honestly really sucks. I don't like it. I hate it, to be honest. That's just me. I think it's horrible. I don't like it. I do not like it whatsoever. Matt Eddy says, both teams with the worst two special teams made the Super Bowl last year. Maybe there's something. Yeah, I mean, look, it just because you have bad special, look, statistically, our special teams didn't look good because we really didn't get a lot of yards on returns. And that doesn't mean, as long as we're securing the football, I mean, that really shows us how good our offense is. If our special teams are not putting us in good positions, think realistically, okay, let's take a look at this. Boston Scott at kick return, right? His best return, I think he only had one good return last year against the Bears. I think that was actually the only really good return he had last year, which it's not saying much. We haven't had good special teams since really 2015. Really, we haven't had a good kick returner since Josh Huff. We haven't really had a good punt returner since Darren Sproles. I'm not really worried about punt returns so much because I feel like there's something there with Covey. I feel like he will get better, but unfortunately, he just missed so much time. He missed all of training camp, which really sucks. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. Dre says, "What's the chance Sippos turns it around?" I really don't have any faith. He's been on this roster since what? 2020, 21? I don't even remember when we got him. At the end of 2021, we ended up getting him. I don't even remember. This is kind of crazy, man. CW Gear hits. I remember watching Pat McAfee talk about that why punters and kickers miss this theory most time. They get stuck in their own heads, start overthinking what are the good ones are kind of dumb. Pat McAfee. I mean, I think with, if you miss a kick or you miss a punt, you got to erase it. But at the same time, like, I don't get what these guys have to do in the offseason to prepare. Like, as a kicker or a punter, what do you have to do to your body to get better? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't get how you fail so much as a punter or kicker. Like, I get it, dude. Like, what do you have to do? You have to work out. You have to work out a bench, leg press with one leg. I mean, what do you have to do really, except just practice punting and kicking? There's really not much to it, not much to it. But maybe I'm just not looking into it far enough. It's good to see Patricia and Slay talking. Oh yeah, they got to put their stuff to the side, bro. They got to put their shit to the side. That's why. And the Eagles did go to Slay talking to him about they might be hiring Matt Patricia. So this wasn't they hired Matt Patricia. Like, that's what I like about the Eagles, because they respect a lot of their players going forward. And the Matt Patricia thing, I didn't like it, but obviously the Eagles saw a lot in him. And Matt Patricia has had some good defenses with the Patriots in the past. You know what I mean? He's had some really good defenses. No joke. It's done really well, But as an assistant, I can't complain. How can I complain over him being an assistant for the Eagles? I can't complain that much at all, But we'll see. We'll see. Brandon says they're going to be going to sign a punter within the next 2 weeks. Doesn't make sense to put Sippos on the practice squad when you can only call him up 2 more times this season. I believe they are buying time. I think they only put him on practice squad so they could try out these other punters. I mean, I don't know. I think if he's on the practice squad right now, I think he's still on the practice squad right now, which is probably a good sign that maybe they will sign somebody by tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll find out. When said Chiefs miss Eric Bieniemy, I don't think it was really. I don't think Matt Nagy's fine for the job. Like, I don't think they're doing bad with him. I don't think they will do bad with him. But we'll see how the season goes with Matt Nagy as OC. We'll see. But a lot of I think they missed so many calls in that game on KC. So some of the false starts were legit, and some of them were really bad. Some of them are actually, they remind me of Lane Johnson getting off the ball at the same time as the ball getting hiked. So I wouldn't make a big deal about that. Obviously, a few of those should have been penalties. But Kadarius Toney had some crucial drops, which Patrick Mahomes is not going to get any blame for that. He won't get any blame because they were perfect passes, right? And they were perfect passes. He didn't throw behind him. Like, they were good passes. But it's nice to see them lose, though. It's nice to see them lose. Philly 416 says, Devin Allen, please. Yeah, we're going to find out what they do with him. Guys, remember, after that finale preseason game, Devin Allen said, I haven't returned a kick in 7 to 8 years. That's what he said, okay? Which is telling me that they never put Devin Allen on kick returns. Why is he here? What's the reason why he's here? He's not a backup receiver. Try this, man. I'm glad. The 2 things I'm happy about. I'm happy that is Devin Allen getting. Devin Allen got no practice at punt return, so he's definitely not in the punt return race. The kick return race, I'm not sure what's going on right now, but there is a shot. Now, Alamati Zaccheaus is getting shots at punt return, so I'm going to be interested to see. Like, now Alamati's already on the roster regardless. So they could be testing both of these guys. They could be sharing punt returns maybe Sunday. You never know. Unless it's going to be fully 100% Britton Covey, or they might, maybe do 2 halves. Maybe they'll do first half with Covey, second half with Oz, because obviously Oz is the 4th receiver on this roster right now. So we'll see. We'll see. 007, it's the same way with receivers, Joey. Their only job is to catch the ball. Then you end up with Rager. Well, it's not really the same thing, dude, because as a receiver, you need to, you got to learn how to run routes. You got to learn how to break, you got to learn how to, get explosiveness off the line. Like, there's more to it than just catching the ball, guys. there's contested catching. There's running perfect routes. There's just so much more to it. Chemistry with your quarterback. You have to work on the chemistry with your quarterback as a wide receiver, because if you have no chemistry, you're not going to have that connection on field. There's a lot more with wide receiver than it's not the same as being a punter. It's not one job. It's more than one job, way more than one job with a wide receiver. There's more to it than just catching the ball. Trust me. It's definitely a totally different story. John says Michael Clay should have been long gone a year ago again, and I totally agree. He's part of that Chip Kelly tree. That's one reason why I don't like him. Number two, I think he's a really nice guy. I just don't get how he got a raise. I don't get how he got an extension. I just don't get why they like him so much. And he's in charge. It's not Nick Sirianni's fault. During training camp, he should have made switches with the positions. He should, at least with punter. I don't care about kick returns and punt return. Punter is more important to me than kick return and punt return, because God forbid you're placing the ball, wherever you kick this ball, you're placing it in a specific spot, okay, where it's going to help your defense out. Okay? That's where I worry the most out of punters. And it's not easy to find a good punter. It's just you just hit or miss with punters in the league. The Eagles got to do more. They have to look outside of the NFL and look into the XFL. Marquette King, hello? I mean, he's out there, right? Marquette King is out there. I mean, they have to look into the football league in Europe, or I don't know, somewhere. If they have to look in the CFL, or they got to look somewhere here for a punter or something. Because if there's not enough in the NFL, I mean, I don't know what else to really do, to be honest. Brian says Patricia has a lot of knowledge, been part of a great dynasty, a lot of wisdom. Yeah, that's what I kind of take out of it with Matt Patricia, man. That's what I kind of take out of it. I don't think he's coming in here to give people attitudes, and people thought, oh, he's a cancer. I didn't like the moves, but I really didn't like the move. But obviously, the Eagles are not going to hire somebody that's going to be a detriment to the to this defense, to the locker room, to the coaching staff. That people aren't going to like him, or he was hired and none of the other coaches like him, or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what I was hoping that wasn't going to happen, but I don't think that's really happening, Brian says special teams has to come together. Totally agree. John says the rookie tight end of the Chiefs. I didn't watch the whole entire game. I was watching pieces of it on Twitter because I was editing some videos for a couple channels last night. So I was watching I was getting some of the updates on the game. I wasn't able to watch the whole entire game. So I wonder if he did good or he did bad. I don't know. You guys tell me, because I didn't watch the game last night. I was on Twitter seeing the updates on it and stuff. So Deadman says Brown and the other rookie secondary players should be good for special teams. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, I don't know who else they're going to try out, but we're going to find out tomorrow, though. We're probably going to find out either tomorrow or on game day. Meg said, are you good with having Oz and Quez back for kicks on special teams when we only have 4 receivers? Do you think Albert O is more of a receiver? That's when they kept 4. Yeah, I do not like Quez at either kick return or punt return. Okay? Oz, I think, looks more of a burner. He looks as closest to Devin Allen and Britton Covey. I think Oz is the closest to both of them, as they look like a returner. Now, Albert O is interesting too, because I feel like, they're not going to keep 4 tight ends every single year. It's not going to happen. Albert O is going to be... Albert O is a good trade, man. You can use double tight end sets with him. You can line him up as another receiver, because he is like a tight end / wide receiver hybrid. I don't think they're going to use Albert O. I think they're definitely not using Albert O for special teams. I don't think so. I mean, could he be on the regular special teams as a gunner? I don't know. Something like that, I guess, with his 4.49, 40 time. Really quick and get separation. Could do a lot. Contested catching, acrobatic catches are off the charts. But I honestly don't know. I think he's going to have a huge part to this offense. I think he's a mismatch because he's 6'4", 6'5", 258. He's a big mismatch on the field. So having an extra weapon like that, I think he's probably the fastest tight end we have right now. Calcaterra used to be the fastest guy. And I feel like going into next year in 24, I feel like Calcaterra might be the odd man out because they do value Stahl a little bit more because he has some value with his blocking as well as catching the football. A little bit slower, but he's got reliable hands. So I think if they keep 3 tight ends next year, I mean, they might make it work. They might keep another 4. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? But it was unheard of, and yeah, it was kind of crazy. So Albert O is going to be an immediate impact if he gets playing time. There's no doubt. Immediate impact. It's going to happen. No doubt. Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. Okay. Desmond said, a lot of Denver fans say Albert was a bad at blocking, so it assumed he would be a tight end wide receiver hybrid. Well, I don't think they had the right coach. You're talking about Denver, bro, one of the worst teams. Okay, here's an example of a bad player. Here's an example of a bad player coming from a bad team that played good with us. James Bradbury. He gave up over 800 yards in that Giants defense, and that kind of worried me a little bit. Hasn't been a Pro Bowler. By the time we signed him, he wasn't a Pro Bowler since 2020. Okay? James Bradbury gave up over 800 yards receiving the year before he came to the Eagles. Okay? I can't put too much. Denver was a hot mess offensively last year. I mean, a mess. What do you expect out of that offense last year? Sean Payton's not going to make a difference. Russell Wilson has become more of a celebrity quarterback than really anything else. Okay? He's not much more than a celebrity. I don't even think of him as a football player anymore. I think he's washed. I think he's done. And thank God the Eagles, trust me, the Eagles, that trade was on the table for the Eagles to go get him before we gave Hurts another shot. Okay? Thank God we stayed away from that. James Bradbury is a perfect example of he didn't play well on the Giants. Coaching sucked, dude. And plus he wasn't a number 1. He wasn't a number 2. He was a number 1. He was the main guy. And be honest with you, he did a lot well than I thought he was going to do coming to Philadelphia. I'm glad he finally found a home. John says this defense is being compared to the 85-91. I don't care about that, dude. Like, we need to. Do I think this team can get more than 70 sacks this year? 100%. And if it doesn't happen, I'll take picks. I mean, we had 17 picks last year? 17 turnovers last year, whatever it was. A lot last year. It's a good year for the Eagles. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that Gannon could keep his cap on to is, what was our record? Well, what was our record? He talks about the regular season. The regular season don't mean a damn thing. Okay? When you lose that main game for a specific reason and why we lost that last game of the season, the Super Bowl is the main reason why the guy is out the freaking door. So, let's see. Let's go down a little bit here. John says, hey, Joey, any word on Nolan Smith? Nolan Smith is fine. 100%. He's fine. He's been good. He's been 100% healthy. No issues. No problems. No problems at all. Guys, I can see the Eagles putting Eli Ricks at the end of games if we're blowing. Oh, yeah, 100%, dude. I think they're going to give a lot of guys opportunity. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. The one person I really wanted to make this team was Eli Ricks, man. Now, Slay's contract is done in a couple years, okay? His contract is done in a couple years. And then really going forward, okay, Bradbury this year, the year after, and the year after that. So he's got 3 years left. He's got 3 years on his deal right now, counting this year. So do you have your future number 1 here? I don't know. You have to remember, we have Isaiah Rodgers that got suspended for gambling. He was a high-rated corner last year and a kick returner. The Eagles didn't bring him in as a kick returner. They brought him in to play cornerback. You got another young 24-year-old corner coming in to the Eagles next year in the offseason. Sucks that he's suspended. It sucks. But we turned from a quarterback factory to a cornerback factory. It's kind of crazy, dude. It's kind of nuts when you think about it, We got a super chat from CW Gearhead. Thank you so much, man. He says, I hope Reed been leading tackle drills for us this year. Dude is a tackle machine. And after last night's sloppy tackling, I hope we do better. Yeah, I mean, I think this is what happens with a lot of teams. I wasn't happy with preseason in general when it came to the tackling because it looked pretty damn sloppy. I ain't going to lie. So, Reed is definitely one of the best tacklers on this team, no doubt. For the small sample size he did get last year, I'm glad they gave him a shot. I'm glad he shined. This is a guy that played for Tennessee, played for Tennessee in college. I think he was Kevin Byard's backup and then became the starter for 5 years for I think it was like Middle Tennessee. I forgot what school it was. I think it was definitely Tennessee, though. And did a fantastic job. And Reed is on a whole nother level now. He hasn't moved from that safety spot really since OTAs. He's been put there and hasn't been replaced, and that's how good he's been playing. So he's always been a hard hitter, A-plus tackler, been fantastic. Couldn't ask for more. And I appreciate the super chat, by the way, very much. 3416, I became an Eagles fan for Randall. It's a toss-up between Weapon X and Jerome Brown. Damn. It's interesting facts. A lot of Eagles fans had to become Eagles fans in general, Devin said, I wasn't saying he would be bad, just saying I see him fitting more into a Zach Ertz role more than, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like if they're keeping 4 tight ends and they traded for this guy, because Albert O wasn't going off waivers, okay? The Eagles were last on the waiver list, so the Eagles weren't going to get him at all. So, theoretically, Albert O is going to be used more than a tight end this year. It's going to be used way more than that. But the good thing about this group of tight ends is Jack Stahl and Calcaterra have a lot of starting, they've started a lot of games. The problem, even with Dallas Goedert, he would have had 1,000 yards last year or close to it. He probably would have had 1,000. He just gets these little injuries, man, and he misses maybe 3 to 4 games, a year, a season. Hopefully this year we won't have to use a ton of these other tight ends, but it's nice to have them. The depth is really good at that spot. But 4 tight ends, and you have one that's more of a hybrid type wide receiver, which is pretty cool. You know what I mean? And I can't really, I love that a lot, man. Love that a lot. Roji says, Joey, what is a good betting site? I would say BetUS. BetUS is pretty good. I've used them in the past. Pretty easy to use. The app is very easy. It's not confusing. I would try BetUS if you haven't. If there's obviously other ones, you can check them out because I'm not really the big betting type, but that app has worked really well for me. El Yeepa, what's going on, dude? Bren says Epps had way too many missed tackles last year. Yeah, no, he did. A lot of guys did. Okay, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson wasn't the best tackler. He was one of the best ball hawks, but his tackling wasn't great. But Chauncey's tackling wasn't great at all times either last year. You know what I mean? Kind of crazy. Ibrahim Adel Kareem says, I believe Jalen Hurts can play at another level. Higher than he did last season. He has the Mamba mentality. Yeah, when's the last time I really questioned Jalen Hurts? The last time I questioned Jalen Hurts was really before going into the 21 season, or the 22 season, sorry. When he became like a full starter that year with an off season as a starter. And, yeah, I mean, there's the sky's the limit. I don't question Jalen Hurts' work ethic. What he's done in the pocket so far, it's just been amazing. His throws have been fantastic. The chemistry has gotten a lot better with his wide receivers. The trust that he has with his wide receivers and his whole group is great. And obviously bringing in Rashad Penny and trading for DeAndre Swift and putting more pressure off of him has definitely helped tremendously with that. So, yeah, it's been pretty good. Wayne's Piece says, happy birthday to Mr. Lurie. We're so lucky to have him. We're lucky to have him. Just stay away from drafting guys. Don't get involved with drafting or anything like that. You know what I mean? Mike Rivers says, Joey, what's up, my bro? Couple days left for the start of a dynasty. Oh, we got a dynasty. We got a dynasty rolling in. I'm excited too, bro. I'm very excited. this team is going to be good for years. And then the way that they've kept the culture, I think that's what's been more important with this team is everybody has bought into the culture, which you don't have guys like Chris Jones that are, sitting out and watching his team lose, in the top of the bleacher. You know what I mean? That's the stuff I can't stand. You know what I mean? You don't have players that are doing that. There's players that took less money. James Bradbury could have got paid 15 to 16 million, came here for 12 to 13, 13 to 14, whatever it was. Fletcher Cox took a $4 million pay cut of what he was supposed to get paid. A lot of guys came back because, they bought into this. And, guys that are going to be here now, I think you have the really good balance of veterans and rookies and young talent all together in one roster. I think you have a nice balance. Really, when we won that 2017 Super Bowl, I think we were the second oldest team. I think right behind the Broncos, we were the second oldest team that year, which is kind of nuts. So we have come a long way, man. It is youth all over the place. Rogan 7 Dragon says it's real. Cotter's injury was not minor. That Washington play took out Dallas Goedert in that game. He minutes and got no penalty. So that game probably pissed me off the most last year. The face mask. The Eagles shot themselves in the foot a lot in that game. The only way the Eagles are losing games is the Eagles. The only way the Eagles are going to get beat is within themselves this year, because that's the only time that they get in the way of themselves is themselves. The face mask, the Quez Watkins catch with not being touched, gets back up, doesn't protect the football, fumbles the ball, he didn't think that anybody was behind him as soon as he got up. There was opportunity there, but we would have been 8-0. Obviously, we would have been still undefeated, but there's going to be a loss and reset themselves. I feel like when you're undefeated, there's so much pressure. It's a lot of pressure when you're an undefeated team. And when you lose one, you're due to lose one because of something stupid. And that was one of those stupid games because of refs and shooting ourselves in the foot in that game as well because of Quez Watkins. So, But Quez came back, though. Quez came back, we had the bye week. Then Quez came back for the Colts game. He scored a touchdown there. So he came back and then had the grade 2 shoulder sprain. And then Quez just was given one of the biggest opportunities in that Super Bowl that went right through his hands. I don't get how you put a guy in that doesn't play consistent. Quez wasn't playing in consistent games towards that Super Bowl at all. He wasn't barely even playing, and they just put him in there. And obviously you want to give your guys, as a head coach, you want to give your guys some inspiration. You want to give them, some motivation that they believe in you. And I totally get that, but it just, for me, it didn't really sit too right, Dredio says, I'm with you, Shakes. Really concerned about special teams, not just the punter, but who the hell is going to cover kicks? I mean, gunner-wise, I feel like there's going to be guys. Sidney Brown is definitely going to be a gunner because he is fast. He is fast. Devin Allen is going to be a gunner as well. I think you have some good speed guys on this roster. I think Michael Clay will be doing. I think Michael Clay will do a really good job with the speed guys, the gunners going downfield. I'm not really worried about that too much. Obviously, where that punt is going to go, that's where it's gonna worry me. When we're on special teams, I'm going to be so damn nervous. I'm going to be more nervous being on special teams, receiving a kick or punting the ball or kicking off the ball. It's going to be a little bit, I'm going to be a little nervous in that point. So hopefully I don't go out of my mind. But Abraham says, do you see Gainwell as a good flex in fantasy this season? I don't really play fantasy, dude. I'm probably the wrong guy you should ask that, just because I really don't play. I used to play fantasy a long time ago. I don't because, unfortunately, I'm way too biased, and I just can't do it. So, Wesby says, Jalen Hurts' contract is looking like a steal. Between this year and next year, his cap hit is only $19.5 million. His highest cap hit is his last year, which is like $30 million, which that won't even happen. We won't even get hit with the $30 million cap hit because they'll probably already extend him by that time. We got to win it. We got to win a championship with Hurts, man. We got to win. We got to win a championship here. Number one thing, stay healthy. Number two, this defense has to be stout this year. It has to be stout, and we got to see if the final piece of the puzzle to all this, because I have a lot of faith in Brian Johnson. I really do, because Brian Johnson, through his career with quarterbacks, has been skyrocket so good. He's turned no names into big-time players or players that really haven't hit the NFL either. He's turned every quarterback even at Florida, even with Dak Prescott, he did, really well with him at Mississippi. So, it's really Sean Desai, man. It really comes down to Sean Desai going forward. Antonio Hope says, yes, youth at almost every position. Yeah, dude, it's amazing, bro. It's absolutely amazing. It's great. Couldn't ask for more, man. Couldn't ask for more when it comes to youth on this team. Robert Lewis says, do you feel this may be a trap game? I know Eagles can. Dude, stop with this shit already, with the trap games. We are good. Why? See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, and Robert, it's nothing against you, dude. It's nothing against really anybody. It's just that there's always that trap. Like last year, we said the same thing about trap game. There's no such thing as a damn trap game. It's obviously fans being nervous about the first game is always a coin toss because it's the first game. It's the first game where, our starters haven't played since really the first game of the season, the first preseason game, which was not even, a series. Okay. A lot of the older vets took a lot of rest, okay? There was no Lane Johnson. There was no Kelsey. Like, you understand? Like, there was a lot. I can't believe in this whole thing with the trap game, dude. We just have to believe that we are that damn good. We're that damn good. We don't have to watch out for other teams. Teams have to watch out for us. But the only way we're going to not stand in our own way is ourselves. We lose games by us losing these games ourselves. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Brad says, crazy as it may sound, Nolan Smith could be the real X factor of this defense because of multiplicity and how he can be deployed. Carter will more than likely end up being the better overall player. Well, I mean, because, I think Carter will be the better player because there's going to be Carter is more is as a DT is going to be more in the action where he can get to the quarterback a lot faster. When it comes to Nolan Smith, he will be in off the ball coverage as a Sam linebacker most likely. They're going to be using him in multiple ways. As selfish as I wanted early when we drafted him, okay, I was kind of thinking, let's just don't put too much on his plate and let him be a just full-time defensive end as a rookie and just let him work on the edge. And then as the coaches were talking throughout OTAs and training camp, I got to really feel like they have to do more with Nolan Smith. If Nolan Smith is a lot smarter than I know he is, he can learn more than one position. And he could just do so much more. He's got so much athleticism, you can't waste it as a defensive end. You can't put him full-time as a defensive end. You got to do a lot more with him. No doubt. A lot more with him. You know what I mean? So, I think that's interesting. Well, we have 255 people to chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. We'll be streaming the Eagles-Patriots game on Sunday. We'll have a post game on Sunday. We'll have the shakedown Saturday. We'll have shakedown Sunday night. We'll be really busy. Mondays and Fridays we'll have streams just like we did this week. Mondays we'll talk about the game that just passed. Friday we'll talk about obviously their next opponent. And we'll have like a couple videos every single day. So definitely a lot here to go over going forward, and definitely like the video if you guys have it. So appreciate it so much. Everybody joining up today. Thank you so much. Phil says, totally random. I researched the Vikings game last year. Slay played very well, but Cousins sure wasn't lining it up with accuracy and placement. I was at that game last year, okay? And it was the most fun I had. I had a lot of fun, okay? I think even going into that, and it's weird how we're playing the Vikings again at our house, season opener. And, their defense isn't as great as it was. They lost some pieces to their defense. Their receivers definitely upgraded. Jordan Addison is going to be good. Jordan Addison's good. So I'm interested to see how they use Slay all year. Because I thought Gannon really did a good job with Slay. They kind of shadowed him on the number one guy. And then they kind of strayed away from that. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to shadow Slay the whole entire game. I felt like that worked a lot more. And you have to get these corners hands-on. And I think that's what they've been doing this entire training camp, because sitting back 10 yards and waiting for Terry McLaurin to break his route as Slay is just ridiculous. That game where we would have been 8-0, like that game was ridiculous. Like literally, like how are you supposed to defend that as a cornerback? So everyone's saying that Slay is falling off or he sucks or he's, He's just not good anymore. It's not. It's the way they're using these cornerbacks last year. I didn't like it. More passive, you know. Not necessarily picket fence, but it was ridiculous. Philly says, I still want Sue or Joseph back. Who knows, man? They might pick up. Look, if the Eagles are that good this year, which I think they will be, and they get to like week 9, week 10, something like that, and, there's a team out there that, there's a player out there that wants to come back, and they want to make room for him. They get some, I think the Eagles will be a highly big designation for players, especially Dominican Sue, Linval Joseph, because as soon as they signed, they were, and then that was for the Colts game, and they were, productive. Deadman says primetime Kun doesn't do well unless it's a 1 p.m. game. Which King says, do you think all of our DTs will be active for the Patriots game? Well, I mean, how many do they have? They got 7 guys. I don't know. It depends. Depends what they need more of in that game. It just depends what they need more of. They want to add an extra corner. If they want to add an extra, it could be almost anything. They could do whatever they want. I think they maybe keep one guy towards the, maybe one guy is off of the list, but I feel like they need to keep everybody. I feel like they're good where they're at right now. You know what I mean? Like, I know you only have 3 linebackers right now. They could take one out of DT, could put one at linebacker. I don't know. Nicholas Morrow's on the practice squad right now. So it should be interesting. Not really sure. Nicholas says, are you worried at all about having 2 undersized linemen next to each other in Kelsey and Juergens? No, because I think their technique is really good. That's never worried me. Cam Juergens, look, Cam Juergens is learning between Lane Johnson and Kelsey, okay? And tylersteen, I think, will get his shot somewhat like, if Kelsey retires, tylersteen will get playing time. He'll be a starter most likely at right guard. Depending on what, Lane Johnson retires in a couple of years, he could be a right tackle for us. There's a lot of different things that could happen, but no, it doesn't worry me at all because Kelsey and Howie Roseman really handpicked, really collaborated and handpicked Cam Juergens. I think it worked out. I think it worked for the better. Wade P says, I'm glad we took Nolan Smith at 30 and pick instead of trading back. Wade Chiefs won't get him. Yeah, no, there was a lot of people. I don't know why a lot of the media was like, it's either Jalen Carter or Nolan Smith at 10. I'm like, dude, no. No. No way. I'm not picking. I would have picked Bijan Robinson before Nolan Smith, regardless. Okay? Even if we had another first-round pick. Okay? It wouldn't have happened. I didn't have Nolan Smith. I had Nolan Smith going in the late 20s. That's where I had him. I didn't have him going that early. I just didn't have him going there. I think part of him getting injured was another thing, too, that maybe threw some teams off of him as well. But when we got him that late, it was a great feeling, and it was a steal. White says, and I got Hurts, Kelly Green, Vapor. Oh, that's sick, dude. I got my Devontae Smith, Kelly Green. I need to get more. I need to get that Dallas Goedert 88. That's what I need to get because that 88 looks good. I ain't gonna lie. I said, what's the mean last night? They didn't have Kelsey. Chiefs or nothing without. Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous, dude. They are coddling that team. Oh my God, Patrick Mahomes is out 2 players, a great player on his defense and a good player in his offense. It's a joke, man. The coddling, the babying that team gets. God, I hate his family too. I can't stand his wife. I can't stand his brother. His brother's a creepo. Philly Grown says, go Birds. Jonas says, hey, Joey, just brought wide receiver Joseph Ngata on the practice squad today after being released yesterday. Yeah. I saw that he was moved around a little bit. It's unfortunate, man. Ngata didn't really – he impressed me in some ways. He got some separation during training camp and some of the preseason games, but his speed is in question. Contested catching wasn't really good, and that's what he really came into – he really got into this team with good contested catching. It's just – he just needs more work, man. He just needs more work. I think down the line, maybe we'll see what happens with him. Deadman Miller says, Juergens been installing you for a year. He's going to be good. Yeah. He's already been on the roster for a year. Wasn't a starter. He played a lot of center when Kelsey had the orthoscopic surgery in his elbow. If you guys remember when Kelsey was out, the whole entire joint practices last year, Cam Juergens did a fantastic job. Cam Juergens was supposed to cross-train. He was supposed to play mostly guard next to Kelsey during training camp last year. But when Kelsey had that orthoscopic surgery, he played mostly center. So you have a guy that could switch. these pieces to this offensive line, guys playing, not only knowing multiple positions, but knowing multiple positions well. And that's the key thing. Like, you could just say, oh, I could be put in multiple positions, but can you play all those positions well? You know what I mean? It's all over the place, man. All over the place. And Jeff Stallin's offensive line room, if you're not a starting lineman at one position, okay, if you're not a starting lineman at one position, you have to know two positions. You have to know two positions, and you have to play them well. And I can't complain. Anytime we sign an offensive lineman, I feel good about it. I don't question it. You have the best offensive line coach in the league. Look what Landon Dickerson's turned into. Look what Malata's turned into. It's absolutely amazing what the Eagles have done. You've turned a rugby player into a left tackle a future Hall of Famer. I have to say, you're gonna have that. He's gonna wear a yellow jacket in his career. Okay, it's gonna happen after his career's over with. Dickerson was supposed to be our next center. This guy was supposed to be a late first round pick and drafted in the second round off an ACL. And he played right. He played for the 49ers game in the opener in 21. Okay. He played at right guard when Brandon Brooks got hurt. Played horrible. Moved to left guard. It was over. It was over after that. It's amazing, dude. Wednesday said, we haven't beat the Seahawks since 08, Chiefs since 09 when Reed was our head coach. It's time to beat them. Yeah, I told you, yeah, because we lost against the Seahawks in the wild card game when Carson Wentz was out. You know, we only played 8 snaps and got the concussion from Jadeveon Clowney. We haven't played KC in their house. We haven't played KC in their house since 2017. What was it, the second game of the season? I think the second game. I could be wrong. But we lost that game. We almost won that game. It was close, but we just didn't. We passed the ball way too much in that game. That's when we weren't running the ball well. That's when we got to that Giants game, that 61-yard field goal, and we started running the ball a lot more that year. I was just watching the double backflip story. What is that? Nick Wright is just a meat writer. I do not watch him at all. I do not watch that guy whatsoever. You will never see me watch him. Willie Vassar says, Joey, what's up? Where's 500? This is my show today. My shows are on Monday and Friday, okay? And the shakedowns are on the weekend for the games. That's how it goes for the week. Wedge P says, I hate to say it, but Nick Wright worse than Skip. Yeah, he might be, bro. He might be. Nathan says, yep, all those unreported injuries are gone. So fresh, so clean. It is a clean bill of health for the Philadelphia Eagles going into this game. And that is a really good feeling. Really good feeling. You know? It's a fantastic feeling. Cannot complain. Brandon says, Nick Wright got a tattoo that says never in doubt, 20 to nothing. Oh, God. Oh, 20-0 for the Chiefs. Yeah, I saw that. That's the only thing. I saw it on Twitter when he had to show himself getting the tattoo. Idiot. Drew said, we didn't cry. Hold on. Drew said, we didn't cry about Wentz getting hurt every single year as much as 41ers did all season. Yeah, it's, you know what? Because we were so used to injuries, man. Remember that? I forgot what was that one year when we had to move our offensive line 20 times in 1 year? I forgot what year that was. Stalin had to move. He had to redo his 20. I mean, it's crazy, dude. I mean, it's nuts. We were so used to it. Health is the one thing about the Chip Kelly era that I did like is guys stayed healthy. It was a healthy team. Malcolm Wington says, did we sign Braden Mann yet? Not as I know of. We didn't sign the punter yet. No punter. I have not seen it. I have not, seen any news yet. If you guys know, let me know. If anything pops out tonight, let me know. Pause, but WSP, I can't stop watching Philly Dogs unscripted episode. Lucky to have. Yeah, it was a really cool episode watching them go out to dinner and kind of like, I guess that happened, but they recorded that before training camp. And that was cool. Like all these guys on the same team, drafted in the same school. It's going to be awesome, man. TY says, I might want to react to games last year, reacting to other teams' fans, reacting to losing to us. It's funny. I love it. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. People are so happy because of that. Nate says, Carter on special teams hit his teammate so hard, he said he did a double. Oh, that report. Okay, now I remember what it was. Next, the guy said he would get him, and the next thing he was 3. Yeah, it was one of his teammates from Georgia, right? That said that. I think was it one of his teammates or was it a guy from another team? I think it was one of his. I think it was one of his teammates. I saw that video. I think they were fishing or something, and they were talking about it. YHP says I'll draft Cedric Van Prance, center from Georgia next year. Yeah, they'll probably be looking at a lot of players from that school next year. Wouldn't doubt it. ZY said that was 2020 when we had to move our O line around. That was when we had NFC East when we went 4 wins. Oh damn, it was like that. Damn. Yeah, we moved our offensive line a lot that year. I know it was a lot that year. It was in Georgia. Okay. Brandon says if we sign a new punter, it would be bigger news than it needs to be, only because we're desperate. Yeah, I mean that's. I mean we're very spoiled right now because the biggest, really, I mean, Howie Roseman didn't make really a big move at the end of the season like they did Chauncey Gardner-Johnson last year. They really didn't make that big splash, and that's perfectly fine because I didn't really think they needed to too much. You know, the 3 linebackers kind of made me nervous, but I know that Nolan Smith is in the plans of moving him to, off the ball linebacker, so they're going to be doing a lot with him. So we'll see. You know, they have Nicholas Morrow on the practice squad now, and he's a veteran guy. They can always bring him up, God forbid, for anything. So if they feel like they need to bring in more linebackers, they have him. I know Kyron Johnson, I think, is gone. So, yeah, 2019 wasn't good either. Wasn't good. Joey, can you remember when the talking heads used to call the NFC East the NFC East? Now our conference is back, and now I look. Yeah, it's no, I've never seen it this strong with one division so far. The NFC East is going to be good this year. I think it'll be another year where the NFC East is good. Depends on what the Vikings do. San Francisco, the Saints, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's obviously a few. Seattle, obviously another one that's probably going to be really, could be good. They got a good receiving, a better receiving core now with what's his face now at C's there. So there's a lot, there's definitely a few more teams to look at, but as a division as a whole, I think NFC East might play pretty good. Between Washington and the Giants, I honestly don't know like what's going to happen between those two teams. Like, I mean, the Cowboys are, I mean, if the Cowboys, I heard that the weather's going to be really bad at MetLife. The weather's going to be really bad Sunday night. That's what I heard so far. The Giants are already down. Their tight end is out with a hamstring injury. Oh my God, the guy that's been hurt for all the time. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. Why am I forgetting his name? But still hurt, man. Just hurt again. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I had him on the tip of my tongue. Trey says, Joey, what games are you going to? I honestly don't know. Yet. I was going to go the opener, but I'm probably going to stay home for that. I'm not really sure what games I'm going to. I used to go to a lot of games. I really don't go to a lot of games anymore too much, but I definitely want to go down sooner or later. Yeah, Waller. Yes, Waller. Thank you, Antonio. Yeah, so Waller is out for the Giants. I think he's out. He's got a hamstring. Darren Waller's out. So, Rogue says, do you think Howie Roseman will work his magic and pick up Mike Evans? I would love to see. Yeah, no, definitely not. That's who the Giants should really go after, to be honest. They should really go after him. The Giants are down to make a move. It should be Mike Evans. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year. Really good. Yeah, he's already hurt, bro. It's crazy, dude. That drafting right tackle for replacement for Lane, and he can learn for 1 to 2 years. Who, Tyler Steen? Yeah, Tyler Steen can play left tackle, right tackle, and he's got the physicality to play right guard. I think theoretically, like for the future, if Lane Johnson retires in a couple of years, he could be your starting right tackle going forward. Because obviously Jack Driscoll's a better right guard than a right tackle. I don't know really what happened to Jack Driscoll at right tackle because I thought he was really good at that position. And I thought he really fell off. I don't know. It's just me. I thought he kind of fell off like a little bit. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Hold on. Sorry. Ryan says, good evening, brother. Personally, where do you rank Hurts as a QB in the NFL? Can you give me your top 5 in order? Just curious. I mean, right now it's going to be Mahomes. It's going to be Jalen Hurts. So obviously I have Jalen Hurts as the second best quarterback. I think he could be the top quarterback of the league. But obviously the league doesn't respect the rushing touchdowns. That's the whole thing with this MVP of the season. Okay, the league MVP. Okay, it really comes down to to be honest, it really comes down to the passing touchdowns versus rushing touchdowns. I think it's always been, it's a different league now because there's a lot more. I feel like right now there's a lot more like mobile quarterbacks in the league. There's no doubt. Anthony Richardson, like Justin Fields. I mean, there's a lot more mobile quarterbacks now in the league. And I think that's what it's going to turn into, as the league progresses going forward. So we'll see. We'll see. But obviously, Joe Burrow, I think, is really good. Josh Allen is definitely another one. And I think one that is not getting enough credit, to be honest with you, is even going to the Chargers, man. I mean, I feel like it's just a really bad coaching staff around Herbert. And I feel like it's just, I think Stanley is a really bad coordinator. I know they've been switching. They switched offensive coordinators the past. I think they've switched some coordinators within the first few years. I thought the first 2 years with Stanley's, they did a really good job with Herbert. But I think Herbert's got a lot of talent. I just think he's on a really bad coaching staff right now. I think he's got an okay team around him, so we'll see. I think Mac Jones is going to have a rough day as well. I do. Go, so what are we going to do then Patriots this Sunday? Crush them emotionally? Yeah, maybe. The last time we faced the Patriots was the punt return from Darren Sproles, the pick 6 from Malcolm Jenkins. I think that... No, that wasn't the last time. Wait. No. We faced them 20? What year was that with Nelson Aguilar, that catch, that drop in the end zone, back of the end zone, and he faked his little injury on the ground? What year was that? Was that 19 or 20? I forgot what year that was. The Chargers are cursed. Herbert blew it last year in the playoffs, not giving him any excuses. Yeah, I know. I feel like there's more talent there, though. I feel like he has a lot of talent. I don't know. Okay, he said highest passing yards with most team wins is the MVP. Yeah, I get it, but it's not just passing yards. I think it's touchdowns as well. And what touchdowns? It was 2019. Okay. No, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be good too. I do. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. I mean, Calvin Ridley looks really good. He took off a year last year. He looks really good, man. Remember, Calvin Ridley was supposed to be a Philadelphia Eagle, and the Falcons backed out of the trade because of his gambling situation, and they didn't screw the Eagles over, which was a great thing. You don't want to burn your bridges in the NFL with teams that you may need a favor from. You know what I mean? We end up getting A.J. Brown out of that. Calvin Ridley was supposed to be a Philadelphia Eagle. It was supposed to happen. And it was supposed to be for like a 4th-round pick. It wasn't even a high pick for him, but I'm glad how it turned out, though. Kellen Moore. Yeah, I totally forgot Kellen Moore is with the Chargers now. Brad said the Cowboys game against the Bucs was hilarious. Luckily, they blew them out, so those 4 missed Pats didn't matter. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Mr. Herbert gets enough credit. People have him above Hurts and generic. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. That's definitely not true. I mean, I saw the top 10 quarterback list. You had Dak Prescott in front of. I think Dak was in front of Hurts by I think two slots. Joey, last 5 name is pronounced Caesar. Who? Chris says that was the last time we won the NE in 2015. Why don't we shout to the Falcons? Why are we shouting out the Falcons for? Oh, for that? Yeah, I mean, I guess. They didn't screw us over, so. Don't burn bridges. Crazy. Take notes. Yeah, I don't know. We're not gonna get to see we're not going to be playing our starters against Gannon in that game. It's unfortunate. We played the Cardinals the second to last game of the season. And, it's going to be a shame. I really don't want them to get a win in Philadelphia if we rest starters or something like that. Hope we get this first seed sooner than expected, you know. AJ over Ridley all day. Oh, 100%, dude. No doubt. No doubt. Kelly Will says, Gannon can't even trace yet, let alone write. Elaine says, Joey, no punts, I'm calling it. Yeah, I mean, look, if they want to go for it on fourth down, they're going to be doing a lot of QB sneaks. I think with the running backs you have now, you won't be running with Jalen Hurts as much. People were saying they're definitely not running it with Hurts as much as they did last year. I could probably believe that a little bit. I still feel like they're going to run with him a good amount. I feel like there will be a good amount. You know? Which is Shan Sharp, true Eagles haters. You got 49ers going to Super. Yeah, I don't know why, dude. Like, you don't even know what you have in Purdy yet. You can't just go off of him taking over as quarterback. Like, there's no blueprint. Like, when a quarterback takes over, when a new quarterback takes over for a starter because of injury, okay? You know, a lot of things do happen, and usually these quarterbacks have really good success. He's had a really good team around him. You know, he's had a perfect team, a perfect offense around him. You know, for him to struggle with adversity is something we haven't seen yet. You know what I mean? They better hope that Brock Purdy is they gave up on a lot of quarterbacks over there. They better hope that getting rid of Trey Lance wasn't a mistake. They better hope that getting rid of Garoppolo at the time wasn't a mistake. I obviously knew he was going, you know, he was dealing with injuries and stuff. You know, and Garoppolo thinks it's a total disaster over there, which he kind of said on an interview pretty recently. You know, I don't know. They better hope they got of course you want to go roll with your 6th round pick in Brock Purdy because he cost you absolutely nothing for a few years. Of course. Why not? You could do a lot cuz you look at they showed like the cap hits for the 49ers next year. Their cap hits for so many players next. Look at our roster, look at their roster. The amount of guys they paid this past year, they're going to be like crazy over the cap, man. But obviously, we'll see if they restructure a lot of contracts. But they got a lot of contracts they got to pay. They have some high cap numbers next year, going into next year. No joke. A lot. A lot of guys they have to pay. Big numbers. Beastguard says, Joe, I want to go to Philly for my first home game. What week would be the best to do it? Well, it depends where you live. Like, are you traveling like really far? Are you close to Philly? Are you a couple states away? You know, like, what week would be the best? I mean, it depends if you want to go to a prime time, if you want to go to a 1 o'clock, well, really a 1 o'clock or a 4:30 game. It really just depends, you know? If Mario can beat them in Arizona. No, I think we're playing home against them, aren't we? Are we in Arizona? I don't even remember. Roji says Dak will be gone after this year. Jerry might get Deion's son shooter to the QB to the Cowboys. Yeah, Willie, I totally agree. Teams have tape on Brock. That's the thing, dude. Like when a quarterback goes right in, like they have instant success because there's no blueprint on that quarterback with that offense. You can't take much from it. But now, since Brock now has tape on him. Now we're gonna see what he does. I hope they fail so bad. I really hope that man fails so bad. I hope they made the worst decision, just to make those fans whine even more and more. What's he saying? You got Niners fans saying Hargrave's the next 80, but Hargrave can't stop. No, Hargrave's a good pass rusher. He can't stop the run. Jalen Carter is an upgrade. Are you going to replace 11 sacks this year? Maybe, maybe not. I think Jalen Carter can get double digits, but I think he's just more disruptive. I think he's a better balance. He's just a better talent at a younger age. So there's no way the Eagles were paying Hargrave $21 million a year. It's just at 30 years old, 31, whatever age he is, it wasn't going to happen. You know what I mean? It definitely was not going to happen. You know, Manuel Gordon says, if you want revenge on Gann, lose to the Cardinals so they missed the first pick of the draft. Oh my God. Imagine that. Just throw the game so they don't get the first pick. I mean, even if they don't get the first pick, they'll still be able to manage. I mean, I hear between Gannon and that quarterback over there, I hear like there's a lot of bad things going on. Like there's a lot of friction over there. Like I'm hearing a lot of people just don't like Gannon in that building. I'm hearing from a lot. Like there's a lot of like rumors that there's like front office members like that are kind of like little not really high on him anymore. And some of these players are kind of like really down on him. Like they feel like he's just he's all of an act with his talking. And obviously that doesn't really hype anybody up anyway. You know what I mean? What's going on, Matt? How you doing, bro? Amir says, who do you think will be the biggest surprise for the Eagles this year? The biggest surprise. Oh, man. Biggest surprise. I am wondering. Biggest surprise for the Eagles? I don't know. It's really tough to say that because I like a lot of players. I honestly don't know. The biggest surprise for the Eagles this year, offensively or defensively? I don't know, to be honest. That's really tough because it's a very good roster. Offensively, it's very tough. Surprising, I'm not looking for a surprise offensively because I know what those guys could do. Defensively, I'm not really sure, man. I'm not really sure. But we'll see. I'm really trying to think. What's the biggest surprise out of a certain player this year? Is Sidney Brown more of a surprise because a lot of fans have been down on him that maybe he shouldn't start at safety? Zach Cunningham? Yeah, maybe. I think Zach Cunningham will be a nice role player for us as what's around him in the defense. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. You know? We'll see how he plays. You know, we don't know. You know, who's that guy from the Vikings we signed? Remember that guy from the Vikings we signed? He was horrible. And we were kind of really, big on him, Milton Williams, huh? Better year for Milton Williams this year. He's got a lot of value too. He's got a lot of value on top of it because I think with him, I think with him, it's because he could play inside. Him and Kadavius Street could play inside and outside, which they have a lot of value there. You can always move Milton Williams to the outside if you really have to, Yeah, no, Anthony Harris was a safety. I'm talking about Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson. That's what I'm talking about. The Vikings linebacker that we had. And he wasn't good. he was pretty bad. So we'll see. We'll see. Milton had 7. Oh, will have 7. I'm about to say he didn't have 7 sacks last year. He had what, 4? He went from 2 to 4 the last 2 years. Not too bad. I'm not the biggest Milton Williams fan, but he's done really good in the rotation. He's done really good. Jordan Vore, he says, Hargrave had to get accustomed Carter's ready from the start. We made a big come up. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a big upgrade, dude. Big upgrade. Ian, what's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. Let's see here. I got to change the quality on this next time I stream. 100% got to do that. Nigel Bradham. Yeah, Nigel Bradham was good, but he was good for a short period of time. Belichick hasn't done anything post-Brady. No. I mean, really think about it. When Brady was the quarterback over at the Patriots, man, he was taking a lot of pay cuts every year. He was taking a lot of pay cuts for years he picked championships over himself getting paid more money, dude. He took a lot of pay cuts. That's how they were able to build a dynasty for a long time over there because they were able to keep a nice roster over there for a long time because Brady was taking a lot of pay cuts, and it really helped. All right, so we're going to go over the poll for the Philadelphia Eagles. Who will have the first touchdown? We have 344 votes. Who will have the first touchdown versus Patriots? 30% say Swift. 30% say Hurts. 19% say A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith, 22%. So we have a tie. Who's gonna vote out the tiebreaker? 30% and 30% say Hurts and Swift is a tie. Interesting. And I know people are going to be like, oh, why'd you put Kenneth Gainwell? Why is Kenneth Gainwell in there? You don't like him. I'm like, dude, I like him. But DeAndre Swift is one of my favorite players coming into it's one of my favorite players coming into the season. Okay. All right. I'm not picking favorites. Relax, guys, because I know people are going to go absolutely crazy over it. I get it. I totally get it. So I'm not picking favorites. But yeah, we could lower that. Sorry, that's in the way of everybody. We got a super chat from Anthony James. Appreciate it so much, man. Says Eagles win this Sunday 27-10. No. I don't care if it's the first game of the season, okay? I don't care if it's the first game of the season. I don't know. No. If they score only 27 points in the first game, that's a huge letdown. That's a huge letdown. They got to score over 30 points this game. You got to do it. You got to do it. If they don't, I won't make a big deal. A win is a win at the end of the day, and it's the first game, so I'm not going to make a huge deal because it's the first game. They got to score over 30 points. Hey, Anthony, I totally respect your opinion, no doubt. As long as you have us winning, I don't care. But they got to score over 30 points. You should be scoring over 35 points a game with this offense. I'm not even kidding, dude. And I'm telling you, there's going to be some defensive turnovers. There's going to be some defensive turnovers in this as well. So I'd look into that a little bit more. Goddard first 100-yard game this season? I'm hoping so. Super Bowl 52 rematch. Yeah. Willie says, Joe, I could be real with you. I think Gannon played the Eagles in the Super Bowl because he had a new head coaching job anyway, just waiting until he was not focused on. No, I totally agree. I think part of it was he had a lot from the NFC Championship game to the Super Bowl. This man was literally behind. And look, I know you're a Cowboys fan, so I get it. I know it's I get it. But I like to be realistic too and unbiased for once. So I'm going to say this. I think I heard he was giddy after the game. I heard that there was a lot of really, he was, the tampering, the illegal tampering was a huge deal. It was a huge deal. So I won't ever get over that Super Bowl. I won't get over it because that piece of shit, got away with so much. And a lot went wrong in that game. And I think the Chiefs were favored in a lot of aspects. Like that game was just not going our direction. Hurts played his best game that he's played. Okay. Besides the scoop and score touchdown, I can't put too much on him. The Eagles were still up by 10 points even after that scoop and score by the half. They have a huge chance to get there again. They have a big chance to get there again. But right now, I'm taking it game by game. Right now, I'm taking it week by week as I do. I'm not going to look ahead. I'm not going to go crazy about it. I'm going to look at it, 1 week, 1 day at a time. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters going down. We have super chat from Eagles Army Down Under says, sorry, Joey, I'm behind in the chat. Currently at work. Can't believe, yes, I can, about Waller. Isn't he the 4th highest paid tight end now? Is he really? Oh, my God. Is he seriously? No, what the fuck? What? He's the 4th? No, he's not. There's no way. Somebody give me a list online. Somebody go on Google real quick and just search up highest paid tight ends right now and see if he's on that list. If he's even, that's crazy. That's their best. That's their best receiving guy. That literally is their best receiving guy. That's interesting, man. And he's hurt already. He's already hurt. It's already hurt, man. That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. Appreciate the super chat, by the way, so much, Eagles Army. Brian says, I think Hurts will send it on the first touchdown just to make a statement from last year to this year. I mean, could. Yeah. I mean, he's not afraid to, but look, if the first if the first play is a bomb, no doubt, okay, no doubt. Telling you, it's gonna happen. There's no doubt. Philly 416 Gan ruined Christmas. Yeah, it was pretty bad. That's all on Josiah Scott, bro. That's all on Josiah Scott. You know what I mean? So that play really ripped me apart. It did. I ain't gonna lie. It did. Ron said, I really hope Sidney Brown goes out and has him a year. When he first drafted him, I was annoyed because I wanted battle, but Sidney Brown has really grown on me. Yeah, I mean, I think he's done really well. I think he's done really, really well. He's got a lot of reps this offseason, plenty of reps. But see, when they played him in that preseason, when they played him in the finale, it kind of confused me a little bit because they played all the safeties. They only sat out Reed Blankenship. That was it. So I was figuring, okay, maybe they don't think highly of Sidney Brown. Maybe they're just making him look really good. I don't know. But I think he will be the starting safety come Sunday. I think we're going to see some hard hits. I feel like, coverage-wise, I think he covers an area so well with his agility, with his athleticism. He can cover an area very well. If he has to help the corner out, he's got really good coverage ability, covering the whole field. So I think I'd give it time, man. And you have to give these guys a couple games. You can't go off and be like, he sucked. He was, you got to give it. It's the first game of the season Sunday. We're gonna, and trust me, I'm probably gonna get a little crazy over some players and be like, I'm gonna nitpick a little bit. I'm a content creator, so I have to nitpick sometimes. It's just we have to talk about something. The Eagles blew out the Patriots, 40 to, you know what I mean? So we could talk about that, but we'll see though. We got a super chat from Eagles Army Down Under says, wow, my bad. He's number one. No, he's not. No, that's definitely not true. He's not the highest paid tight end. There's no way. There's no way. And if that's true, that's Jesus. That's just their best receiver is a tight end. I mean, literally, that's their best pass catcher. Really? It's their best pass catcher. So, I don't know. Ray, here it is. Giants. Waller. What? No fucking what? Giants tight end Darren Waller, $17 million. 49ers, George Kittle, 15. Chiefs, Travis Kelce, 14.3. Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert, 14.25. Ravens, Mark Andrews, 4. Are you serious right now? Wow. I thought that was a joke. I thought that was purely as per over the cap. He is Wallet Waller. Oh my God, that's horrible. That's pretty bad. Honestly, it's not great. It's pretty bad. I guess the guy could never stay healthy. Wow. T. Hawkinson's new contract should make him. Yeah, that's the new contract with T.J. Hawkinson should be the highest paid. So, well, regardless, it's still bad. So if he's second, I mean, from 1 to 2, it doesn't. Oh, he's at 2? Oh, so Hawkinson's not even the highest paid. What? That's insane, dude. That's just highway rob. First, Kenny Galladay just robbed them. Now it's Waller. Ron says, how nuts would it be the first play of the game is bootleg bomb to Quez, just like the Washington game with Vic to Djax? That would be wild. It might be, dude. Give him an opportunity, give him a shot. It might happen. I'm telling you right now, with this running core right now, you're going to see a difference with DeAndre Swift lined up as a receiver, lined up next to Dallas Goedert on the right side, or just dumping the ball off to DeAndre Swift. The running back from the Lions, they drafted at 13 this past year. He played pretty good. He didn't have many carries, but he averaged 6 yards a carry last night. He played really well. He played fantastic the other night. Played good. Just got to stay, obviously, this is the time now. You start as a running back in the league, you're going to take a lot of hits, and hopefully you can stay healthy. You know what I mean? That's nuts, dude. Case said TR says number 2, then Kittle and that's just crazy, dude. Hudson has the biggest contract, not the biggest cap hit. It's probably backloaded. Maybe. So what happens is with a lot of these contracts that have a backloaded contract where the cap hits a lot more down the line, they'll probably extend him again to they won't even hit that big number by that time. Same thing with Jalen Hurts. Like by his last year of his contract, he's like a $30 million cap hit. He will never hit that cap hit because they will probably extend him by that time. They probably will never hit it. Yeah, Gibbs looked really good, man. I forgot his name for a second. Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs looked really good. On the short, I'm not a lot of carries for Gibbs, but he played pretty damn well. He played pretty damn well. I ain't gonna lie. Looked pretty good. To me, it looked pretty good. So, but yeah, guys, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be really nice. I'm excited, man. Just get this win. Really, at the end of the day, like I don't like to look ahead too much, but our first 8 games look pretty good in our favor. Like if they play really well, our first 8 games are favored. I think the number one thing is got to come out of this game healthy. Number 2, we have to see what Sean Desai is all about with this defense and how he's using guys and how many times he blitzes in this game. We're gonna have a lot of statistics going into Sunday night with the post game stream, and obviously the videos that will be coming out will be kind of crazy. You know, from Monday to like Tuesday, Monday to Tuesday, from Sunday to Tuesday, we'll talk about the game that we just had, and then going into Wednesday on, we'll talk about our next opponent. So that's how every week will kind of roll out going forward, you know, with some of these. So it should be a lot of fun. Toilet says it's supposed to rain on Sunday. I thought I heard it. Yeah, so that's what I heard too. So I really don't like how these games are. I really don't like how these games are late every day. I really like the 1 o'clock games a lot because it's early and you can get a lot done, and it's just a long day for me, unfortunately, but it is what it is, you know. So, Eagles Fly says Devin Allen should get some touches at punt. He's not going to get at punt return because they already have Quez Watkins there, Covey there, Oz there, and they have Greg Ward there. So Devin Allen hasn't even received punts this week. Kick returns, I don't even know what's happened with kick returns this week at all, to be honest. So Max Proud says, hey, Joey, just came back from blowing the Chiefs out in the Super Bowl. Blew them out by like 40. They're really bad. Hey, you know what? Visually, if that looks good on Madden, then great. I actually got Madden for free. Someone actually bought me a code. Shout out to the person that was a big fan of the Philly Shakedown. He actually got me a code. I actually been playing it a little bit. Me and Philly were thinking about doing a stream facing each other on Madden with the Eagles on both sides. But he'll probably win because I'm horrible at it. So, Philly said, I hope to sign the second coming of Jim Johnson. Interesting. I hope so, man. I hope so. We're going to find out what Sean Desai is all about, man. We're going to see if that 21.6, 22.6 blitz percentage actually, he blitzed a lot in the preseason, bro. He blitzed a lot. I ain't going to lie. He did blitz a lot. And I'm not saying, like, some of the teams that blitz the most aren't the most successful teams. I'm not saying that he has to blitz. You know, I want to see, because really in 21, his only bad statistic for the Bears as a defensive coordinator, you know, he was under Vic Fangio as a defensive quality guy for a few years before he became the coordinator for the Bears in 21. Okay. He was, you know, obviously he was top 10 against the pass, top 5 in sacks, bottom 10 against the run. So didn't have a lot of talent in that Bears defense that year, but he's got a hell of a roster going into this season. A hell of a roster, man. I mean, a night and day from what he had with the Bears, and was very involved with the Seahawks last year as a defensive assistant. So he was very involved. But because Vic Fangio, I think, would have been our defensive coordinator if that Gannon stuff wasn't going down. I think he would have been. He definitely would have had the job. I think Vic Fangio already said. I think early in OTAs. He had a press conference because he was working with the Eagles, like behind the scenes with this defense a little bit. I don't know. I mean, how much did he have a role? I'm not really sure. But fuck, it looked pretty bad at times. Any update? Thomas Warren says, any update on Punter? Just got here. Hope we just go for fourth every time. There's nothing, dude. If I'm to guess, there's two things are going to happen. Either they sign somebody and haven't officially announced it, and they're going to announce it tomorrow as a new punter, or Aaron Sipos will be the starting punter for the Eagles. And it sucks to say. Sucks to say. Trey says Thomas Punter will be Sipos for now. Jeff says, is Brady starting his broadcasting career? I don't know if he is. I'm not sure if it's this year. I thought I saw news that he wasn't going to do it this year, maybe next year. I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Half of the people don't think he's like fully retired yet, but Carrie Lopez says lots of running the ball with the rain, not as much passing. Yeah, I mean, if it's a rainy day, you're going to run a lot. So keep everybody at your disposal because you're going to have a lot of guys here. Make sure you got make sure you change your cleats. Make sure make sure you cover the field for a while. We don't want to go into another game with, slipping all over the place. Nate says Sunday we are going to see. It's been the longest, shortest off season. And I appreciate everybody that's been supporting the channel, everybody that's been like hanging in there with me all off season, whether you're new, whether you've been here since day one, whether you've been here since the beginning of this off season. Appreciate it so much. Rob, does anyone else think Smitty is better than Lamb? I think Lamb has better physical tools with the comes pure skill. I think Smitty mops the floor with him. Yeah, I think statistically he's better, but I think when it comes down to it, I think Lamb is still a great receiver. I think he's very good. And I think he is a little bit more physical. He has a little bit more of a, more physical body than, Devontae does. But Devontae Smith has been, because some of these contested catches he's been getting over the, he's been very good, man. But guy is always open, man. Always open, I think Smith will have the most yards on this team. I think A.J. Brown will have the most catches. I don't think Smith has even reached his ceiling yet of what he could do. I really don't, So. Matt says, I'm going to guess, unfortunately, Aaron going to be our punter tomorrow. That's unless they sign somebody and it hasn't been official yet. That's what I could kind of tell right now. So that's what I kind of take out of it. So we will see. We will see going forward. I'm not sure. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they sign somebody, but if I'm putting all my eggs in one basket right now, it's Aaron Sipos, and we're gonna be pissed off tomorrow. Nate says update on punter, same shit same shit, different day somehow. Yeah, that's the biggest thing we're worried about right now. Torville says they're just trying to scare Sipos by bringing in players in. If they were serious about changing punter, they would have just cut him. Well, dude, that's the problem right now because they're not trying to make him nervous. Like they literally tried out 4 to 5 punters already. They literally tried out 4 to 5 guys. So at this point, like, what else? What other options do you have? They're putting him on the practice squad because in case they can't find anybody and nobody's better than... How is nobody better than Sipos? I have no idea. There's not one guy that's better, not even one that's motivated to beat somebody out, that has like the motivation to beat out a punter that's been here. There's got to be some... I mean, it's really hard to believe. And Michael Clay is making me nervous because he's really taking favorites at this point, and it's really annoying. Really annoying. My thing is why they move him to practice squad if he's going to start already. Because they want to try out other guys. And they were making a bunch of other moves anyway, too. So, when you say, hey, Joe, are you going to make the video? I heard Shannon tried to trade number 2 pick for Kirk Cousins back in 2017. If it happened, they won't have Bosa. What? Number 2 pick for Kirk Cousins back in 2017? I mean, damn, that's so. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think Kirk Cousins was a hot commodity when he was with Washington because he was like franchise. How many times was Kirk Cousins franchise tagged in Washington? Like twice, 3 times? I don't even remember. Because each time you go up, each time you franchise, if you franchise a player every single year, it goes up a certain percentage. I forgot what number it goes up. I think it depends on position and what they're making. Devin says Smitty is a piece of route running. He was bigger. His pro camp would have been Adams. Trey says they will elevate him 3 times and cut him and bring him the next guy to bring up 3 times. I don't think they want to waste a roster spot. Matt said, I so hate Michael Clay is still here, but it is what it is. But special teams is very worrying. Yeah, it's true. Michael Clay's a bum. He's a freaking bum. He's an idiot. Like that press conference he had a couple days ago, he's like, well, you see who's out there. That makes it pretty obvious who's going to be the punt return and punter. Like, dude, like that's your answer, bro? Like, that's your answer right now? So, Bill Belichick already kind of like is already kind of knowing the fact that Covey's going to return punts. Because Belichick was talking good things about Covey, so maybe he knows. I don't know. Probably not. But I guess we'll see. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not. I don't know. This is worrying, dude. This is really worrying. The more we talk about special teams, the more like I'm gonna be so nervous when we punt the ball. Like that's how nervous I'm gonna be. Like I should not be nervous about a punt. I really shouldn't. I'm nervous on the punt. I'm nervous on the coverage of the punt. I'm nervous on the return. I mean, I'm more nervous of us punting the ball than us getting. Like look. I think we'll be fine. Punt return, kick return. Hopefully they'll make the right decision. But punter is my most worry right now. This man Aaron Sipos had a 20-yard punt, dude. 20 yards, dude. It's insane. Miles Jordan said, what do you think about the linebacker Smith we worked out from Panthers? I think he's a practice squad guy. I don't think it means anything. Brandon Smith, whatever his name is. He was a 4th-round pick in 2020 by the Panthers. I think he's just a practice squad guy. That's all. I don't think it means that much of anything. You already got Nicholas Morrow on practice squad, so he'll be the next man up. God forbid something happens. You know what I mean? Knock on wood. I think Clay is deer in headlights in the fast lane. Whatever. Rooting for him now. 1HP says, fired Clay during midseason. I'm still scratching my head when they giving him a raise. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what to take out of what they took out of that last year out of him. I don't know. Our special team returners in the rain. What could go wrong? Let that ball bounce, bro. Let that ball bounce. That's what they should do. I'm telling you, there's going to be a game we lose on special teams because of a stupid play. We're going to work our ass off in a game and win and literally just be like, oh, we won this game. There's like 2 minutes left, and then we're going to fumble the ball on a return. I don't know. We got a super chat from Michael Goldberg. Says, Brian Branch looks good like the real deal. Yeah, so he got his first pick 6 of the season as a rookie, which is great. His first pick 6, which was literally right in his hands. I mean, it just went right into his hands, but and had a pretty good game. The defense had a good game. The Detroit's playing really tough, and that's I have to respect the head coach for that. They got a young, tough team this year, a resilient team. I got to say resilience. See what they do. They played one game. See what they do the rest of the year. You can't go off too much from one game. Just like us, we can't go off too much from one game from certain players that don't produce or, we'll see. No, it doesn't. No. I think he played overall a good game. I think the whole defense played really well, but a pick 6 doesn't make you a pick 6 doesn't do, it's a nice for your career, statistically for your career, but from one game doesn't make him a fantastic player. We'll see what he does in other games. Matt said, I'm so glad Hurts panned out for us in the long run, and we no longer got to worry about a QB position. Yeah, it's a fantastic feeling, dude. And the cap hits for Hurts are low. He deserved the money that he got. He deserved every friggin' penny. I just wanted them to get it done. There was no issues with the negotiations with Lynn. That agent has been doing fantastic for a lot of players. Van Dummeren. Ben Van Sumeren. His tackling is real shitty. He's real shitty. Ben Van Sumeren. That's his name. Ben Van Sumeren. That's his name. Summerin or Sumerin, one or the other. He gets to the ball. He's a freak athlete, man. He can't make tackles, man. He can't wrap up. His tackling is god awful. His tackling is like a D-. That's how bad it is. It's pretty bad. So he missed a lot of tackles. Christian Ellis is another one that missed a lot of tackles. He's got the speed. He's always around the football. Can deflect, passes pretty good. His coverage ain't that bad, but his tackling is another one. Tackling in open space, not really great. Not really great. Throws the Eagles should start Sidney Brown. He might make some mistakes, but he will cause turnovers if that's interceptions. Edmonds was never great in Pittsburgh. Let Brown learn by fire. Yeah. I think you have to throw. I think you really have to throw Sidney Brown to the fire in this game. You're gonna have to, bro. You just have to. Throw him in the fire. Do what you got to do with him. Edmonds is a guy that's like, I wasn't really excited about Edmonds. I thought it was a nice addition, but that was your plan B option when Chauncey didn't sign that extension, okay, or didn't sign the new deal, which he's still saying that the Eagles never offered him a deal. Yeah, okay, that guy doesn't want to look stupid. That's the whole point of that whole thing. He doesn't want to look dumb going into that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is, But we'll see. We got a super chat from Nathan Hoffman with a super chat. He says, thanks for all your hard work, man. I appreciate it so much, Nathan. I appreciate the super chat very much. Yeah, it's been a long off season. It's been a long off season. It's a lot of work, and appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. Whether you're new, a week, a day, last week, this year, since day one, you've been around. I do appreciate it so much, man. Much appreciated. Very much. Trey said, Dak is due $60 million cap hit next year. Imagine if he plays bad. Is that really his cap number? I don't know. Apparently the Trey Lance signing, since, Jerry Jones was talking about it, the Trey Lance signing didn't mean nothing towards Dak. So I don't know. We'll see. I guarantee you, since Trey Lance is here now, I guarantee you, okay, that as soon as Dak screws up in a game, they're going to call for his head to bench him. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's it's definitely going to happen. We got Estero Design with a super chat. First super chat to the channel. Thank you so much, man. He says, thanks for your hard work from Canada. Got to support the Canadians, bro. I want to move to Canada because of the health care. That's the only reason I'd move to Canada. And there's actually some nice spots in Canada, actually, too. So, know some people that live in Canada as well. But, hey, appreciate the super chat very much, man. Thank you so much. Trey says, I know we're all excited to see the side defense looks, bro. I'm also really interested in Matt Patricia impact on defense. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to put too much into Matt Patricia being an assistant. Like, he'll help the defense, but I'm not going to say he's going to run so much stuff, I'm not going to put too much into it. He's going to be running so much stuff with the defense and everything, Like, I'm not going to put too much into it, But I'm glad he's here, I'm glad he's here. I wasn't into it when he got here, but I'm glad he's here. Robert Powell says 31-14. Now, that's a nice score. 31-14 is fine with me. They got to score 30 points in this game. If they don't, I'm not going to make a big deal, but they should. But it's the first game, so it's a flip of a coin. They got to get the rhythm going. You got to start, they're starting to hit, you know what I mean? You got to get used to it. So, throughout the game, but we'll see. We're going to find out this defense is a first half defense, a second. We're going to find out a lot of things about this game going into it. Philly 416, Eagles Nation North, Canada. How about that? We got more Eagle fans in Canada. It's awesome. Eagles fans everywhere. Desmond Diller says Dak has no trade clause. That is true. Or a tag as well. It's Trey says Dak has no trade and no tag clause. Interesting. Is there such thing as a no tag clause? Seriously? That's real? I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Cabbage Crunch said I voted Swift, but I think Kenny G's first. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. Oops, wrong thing. So we have, man, it is close. We got 396 votes. We have Swift with 31%. We have Hurts with 30%. A.J. Brown with 18 and Devontae Smith with 22. So by 1%, well, people are messing with it now. It's still tied up. It's still tied up. So people are taking you can't take your votes off. You could I don't know if you could change your vote or take your vote off. I'm not really sure. But it should be interesting. But hey, I think for me it's gonna be Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna have a rushing touchdown. That's me. But I could be wrong. At the end of the day. Let's see here. Just checking something real quick. Okay. I'm still learning how to use this. So Devin said, I don't think New England has backup QB, but I don't know. Have looked at the yeah, they have Malik Cunningham. I think Malik Cunningham, right? No, is he the backup or no? I thought he was, but I could be wrong. Trey says, yep, they can't use a tag on him. That's interesting, dude. I never heard of a no tag clause ever. Probably because a lot of teams don't do that. But why wouldn't you have the option? If a no trade clause, that's fine, but why wouldn't you have the no tag clause? That's what I don't get. What's the motivation or like the good thing about a no tag clause? For if you put a no tag clause on his contract, what is that? Isn't that bad? Because like then you have no option to trade him or so what? So you can't trade him after this year or tag? Like that's what I don't get. I don't get that. Oh, Matt Corral. We gotta keep Matt Corral in the NFL, guys, because the draft and those Matt Corral jerseys, they do help. They do help a lot. So they can't Saquon him? Why can't he can't? Why would you, dude? Why would you even do that? I wouldn't do that. TK Yang says, why can't we get a punt? Why can't we get... Oh, I thought you... Dude, I read that wrong. I thought it said, why can't we tag a punter? I'm like, why the hell would you tag a punter? No, I don't know, because there's nobody better than Aaron Sipos, I guess. I mean, that's like the only thing I could think about, I guess, right? Is that... No? Yes? No? I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. How is nobody better than Aaron fucking Sipos? How is nobody better? Like, how is nobody better? You brought 5 guys in, and nobody... Braden Mann, a guy that they were interested this year and last year, and he's not better? Trey said the no tag clause guarantees a shot at the open market for Dak after 24 season. Barrett a new deal, so basically they have to give him an extension. Interesting. Sipos has dirt on somebody, obviously. 1 HP said, when Albert O got traded, I couldn't wait till Philadelphia pronounces. Yeah, I'm not going to pronounce his name either, bro. Broad Street Sports Podcast says, yo, Joey, how are you doing? So excited for Sunday, man. Dude, same here, dude. Same here. I am pumped. I am ready to go. I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited. I was already Thursday night already got me the juices flowing for football, And Sunday is the day. Too bad we have to wait until 4:30, but we can watch football all day, which is great. And we'll have the Cowboys and Giants Sunday night. So we won't have the Philly Shakedown probably Sunday until like 1:00 in the morning. It'll probably be a while, but I will have a video out. Sunday night probably on the game. And yeah, we'll be good to go. Willie Vasher says, Joey, Dak has already been tagged and still has 2 years left on his contract. But after the 20, so 2 years counting this year, you mean? You mean this year and next year. Right. So he's up for an extension this year. technically. Bob says, we clapping Bill cheeks. Pause. Brian says, why don't they just bring in Ariza? I don't know, dude. Apparently there's a reason why they haven't brought it. The last time we heard about Matt Ariza was when he tried out for the Jets. He tried out for the Jets, and then nothing happened after that. I don't know if something else escalated with his... I mean, I know he's been proven innocent so far on what's been going on with his case. I guess it's already done with. But there must be something. I mean, Derek Gunn, when this news came out on the, people were tweeting at him, and he came out with some news like a week ago saying that there is no tryout scheduled for Matt Ariza at all. But JL Sports is Matt Ariza's, it's his, what's it called? His agency. They actually retweeted one of the Eagles tweets about a punter, Eagles Nation Twitter. They actually retweeted that. His agency actually retweeted. So they might have had interest. Maybe the Eagles didn't have interest in bringing him in. It could be why. Maybe they just had no interest. Keep myself hydrated. Did I do something? No, you didn't do anything wrong. We got a super chat. Philly D didn't say anything with a super sticker, it looks like. That's awesome. I never have people use super stickers ever. That is cool. Appreciate the super chat very much, man. Very much. Much appreciated. So much. Extra Design says, punting seems like an affordable margin to clean up. I don't get it. Is there none other available? Is Michael Clay being stubborn? Can he realistically get fired? I think after this year he could, but who knows? Who knows? But I honestly don't know. I don't know how you're so stuck on he's like he's playing favorites because maybe he's afraid of change. I really want to get into his brain, like I really do, because I don't get how like you're so stuck on like, why didn't you bring in multiple punters? Why didn't you bring in punter after punter after punter during training camp? Why didn't you make like changes? Why didn't you go to Howie and say, hey, we need to bring in like a new punter every week because we need to find a guy? You know what I mean? That's like that's just, it's confusing, dude. It's confusing sometimes. Gets really annoying, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. EC says, I'm so excited, Joey. 50-2. I got us dropping 40 plus on them Pats. 40. Look, for the first game, I won't go like 40 points. I'll go like 30 points or more. I'll be fair and say 30 points or more. But if Mac Jones is going to get swallowed up in this damn game, I'm sorry, but he doesn't run the football. He's got some good backs behind there. Offensive line isn't that bad, but it's not great either. We'll see, though. We will see. Greg Miller says, Joey, have you heard anything about the Eagles? No, I don't think so. I think they're going to stick with what they have right now. I wouldn't put too much into getting a kicker. Juice's knees are gone, bro. I don't know if he could be too effective. I've never been a big Jarvis Landry fan, to be honest. I was really never a Jarvis Landry fan. I wasn't at all. Michael Clay need the boot now. He's so arrogant. That statement he did at his press conference really pissed me off. It's obvious. I'm trying to say it quote unquote a little bit. He's like, it's obvious when you see who's out there, who's our punt returner, who's our punter. Like, seriously, dude, like you're being a dick now. You're being a total dick. I don't like it. I don't like that. Patriots defense isn't bad, 40 points. No, I don't think they score 40 points. If they do, great, but I think they'll score 30 on them. I don't think they're not good against mobile quarterbacks. They weren't good against mobile quarterbacks last year. Judon is going to get eaten up by that. Judon is going to he's going to fall for it. Judon doesn't got good eyes, man. He's going to get swallowed up with that RPO read option. He's going to get swallowed up a lot in that game. He's going to be a non-factor in that game. Jalen Carter getting his first sack. I think Jalen Carter will have the first sack on Sunday. I think he will. Yeah, they have some injuries. They have Jack Jones, the starting corner. So Christian Gonzalez is going to be the 17th overall pick. He will be the leading man at corner. So we'll see who he's going to be covering. Can he cover AJ Brown? I don't know. Devontae Smith, we'll see. We could have a big mismatch at linebacker, to be honest, especially with Swift. If they use Swift in a specific way, if they use him, as a dump, they dump off the ball to him. They put him with Dallas Goedert. Remember, they've been using him as a wide receiver as well. He's been the only running back this week. Swift has been the only running back this week working with the wide receivers, which is really interesting. They're not even using anybody else besides Swift in the passing game. So maybe for this first game, they're using more Swift in the passing game. But like I said, I hope they hand off the ball to him as well. I mean, look what he did in the Ravens game. He was behind the second offensive line, and look what the run he put up. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Swift behind this offense, and Detroit's offensive line last year was good last year. It was a good offensive line. But this is an even better offensive line by a mile. We'll see, though. Philly D says 20-0, not being cocky, but they can. The Eagles were great against the run when Davis got hurt. Remember, they got Sue and Linval because of his injury. Yeah, Davis was a top 13 defensive tackle at that point against the run. He was playing so well. Obviously he's not gonna go crazy off the stats. He's gonna get a lot of tackles for loss this year. He might be commanded. We're gonna see what this offensive line does against the Eagles defensive line when it comes to who they're gonna double team here, because you're gonna free up regardless. You're gonna free up one of those defensive ends, whether it's Graham, whether it's Reddick. Nolan Smith might be playing off the ball linebacker at times, maybe being that, Micah Parsons type, guy that's going to rush in there and shoot the gap. So I'm excited to see how they use the offense is exciting, but I'm actually really excited for this defense. See how they use all these guys. It's going to be really good. Matt says, I'm ready for us to unleash Swift. Oh yeah. I'm ready, dude. I am ready for it. Puts the Eagles will be so much better with Steichen gone. No, I think they will. I think the playbook is going to open up a lot more with Steichen gone. I think you're going to have these running backs involved heavily. Not even just the run game, because we're more of a pass team. But at the same time, I feel like getting these running backs involved in the passing game as well is going to be huge. I think all-purpose yard-wise for Swift as well, I think he's going to have 1,000 yards easy this year when it comes to just all-purpose, receiving and rushing. But we'll see how it goes, though, because Gainwell is going to do. Gainwell has just been better and better every single year. Boston Scott's going to do more special, is going to do double time on special teams as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Broad Street Sports Podcast says thoughts on last night's game. I think even with last night's game, dude, I think Casey got. I think every time Casey has an issue, every time Casey loses a player or they have to make a change, they always fall apart. Travis Kelce's not playing. They're going to blame it more on the roster more than Patrick Mahomes. Kadarius Toney drops 2 crucial passes, one leading to a pick 6. He dropped a few passes, and that's not on Patrick Mahomes. That's on the receiver, obviously. Tyreek Hill's probably laughing his ass off right now because, look who they're replacing me with, I think they got away with a lot last night, but, you played a resilient team in the Detroit Lions. They played good defense. They got pressure. They got pressure on Mahomes. Mahomes, threw some pretty bad passes at times. It's nice that they lost. I think that's what we needed. So it's gonna be good tape for a lot of teams defensively to see what what Casey's doing offensively. Obviously, with Travis Kelce not there, it definitely makes a difference. But it's nice to see that every time Patrick Mahomes deals with adversity, whether it's injury or something like that, it always fails. Look at the Patriots KC Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes lost one of his linemen, I think, a tackle, and they literally had to switch over. They had to switch some guys around. They literally don't cross-train their offensive linemen. Like, they lose a guy and they're screwed. They have issues. That's why we have to put so much – we have to really enjoy Howie Roseman for what he does in the trenches, because you have multiple linemen that play multiple positions. Our second offensive line could literally, guys from our second offensive line could be plugged in and start immediately. This is how good this offensive line is. KC fell apart in that Super Bowl. They fell apart. It was just ridiculous. When Patrick Mahomes when things aren't hunky-dory with Patrick Mahomes in that offense, he has trouble, man. There's trouble. Eric Bieniemy could be a big loss to that team offensively for a coordinator. Matt Nagy, we'll see what he's got. He's been a coordinator before. It's not like this is his first time. But we're going to see how different it's going to be going down the line. You know what I mean? We're going to find out. We're going to find out what they're all about, I think they're still a playoff team. I feel like they're still going to be in the playoffs. Unless they totally just not do well the rest of the year. We'll see. We have to really beat them this year in their house. The Lions can do it. I don't see why, we don't know what this team's going to look like health-wise by that time. Down the road, we have a long way down the road till we face them. So we will see. We will see what happens going down the line. Let's see here. Sorry. Let's see here. What piece are they going for it? Fourth? Yeah, they really had no choice. They had no choice. There was almost 2 minutes left. There was like 2.5 minutes left in the game. They had no choice. They had to go for it. And it was a wide. And it was that pass wasn't wide open. I think there was one wide open pass on a third down or a third and long, or I don't know if it was another fourth down where Kadarius Toney missed one wide open right to him. Another one that was wide open. Yeah, they dominated them right after that. Like one injury and they were done in that Super Bowl. They were finished. Matt says, I was happy KC took the L, start off the season now. It'll be even better is for us to start off with a W against the Pats Sunday in New England. Yeah, totally agree. Because between weeks 2 and 3, we have a short week. When do we play? Wait, so. When do we play? So week 2 is the home opener against the Vikings. What? Is that Thursday night? Is that Thursday night after Sunday? Let me know in the chat. When's the Vikings game after our game Sunday? Is it Thursday? So we have 2 games in 1 week, right? Is this the week we have 2 games in 1 week, or is it the week after? Carlos Molina said, Joey, I believe the Eagles will return the Super Bowl. Go Birds. Yeah, I'm not going to think too far ahead, but they have a good chance. Thursday? Yeah, dude. So we got 2 dude, it's going to be a short week. That sucks, dude. It's great because it's more football for us, but we'll have more of a, then we'll have a mini bye week after Thursday. So we'll have an extra 2 days off probably. So we'll have an extra 2 days off going into the week after, going to week 3. So that's not bad. Nice. We got more football this week. We got 2 games in 1 week. That's good. That is good, my friend. Get a Slay jersey at the link. I totally forgot. I forgot which game was the short week. I actually like Amazon's Thursday Night Football a lot. I actually enjoy it a lot. The Amazon actually does a good job with Thursday Night Football. Kind of sucks. Who doesn't have Amazon at this point? If you don't shop on Amazon, then I don't know where you're shopping, but we'll see. But you know how that goes, my friend. You know how that goes. Chris says, Nick Wright really thought Chiefs were going 20. Yeah, well, that made him look stupid already, didn't it? It did. It made him look dumb. If you guys don't beat the Patriots, I'm going to be disappointed. I'll be very disappointed if they don't. We're going to find out. If they lose against the Patriots, it's going to be over, like, stupid play or, like, bad plays or no chemistry or missed tackles or bad special teams. Or there's going to be a huge reason why. There's going to be a big it's not because it's going to be competitive between both teams. It should not be competitive between both teams. Eagles should lay the line down on both sides going into that game on Sunday. 100%. So we're going to get through 2 weeks of football, 2 games between, Sunday and Thursday. I totally forgot about that. That's great. So it's going to be a short week, obviously. Short week. Robert says, Joey, I got the fixed triple shots every Sippos punts. Tim Sippos. His name's not Tim Sippos. It's Aaron Sippos, isn't it? We play Thursday. Matt says, since I are not able to get Kelly Green jersey, I got a Kelly Green shirt with it. Yeah, that's all that matters. You just if you have Kelly Green, wear it, man. We wear Kelly Green for the Miami game on Sunday night. That should be a nice storyline going into that game, right? Should be awesome. Make money, not Francis. Fly Eagles fly. Tristan, I'm glad we get our short week out the way early in the, yeah, it's good. And our bye week is what, week 9 or week 10? So that's a really good. We have a really, really nice bye week. Give us a harder schedule, but give us one of the best bye weeks, which is good. So it's dead middle. We get the bye week right before we face KC. KC is on the bye week, and I always want to make sure of this when we went over the schedule. KC is on the bye week the same week we are. So there is no excuses. KC's on a bye week, and we are on a bye week the same week. So we will see. I didn't get a Kelly Green jersey, but this Kelly Green windbreaker I got. Yeah, dude, wear anything. It doesn't look. The jerseys are great and all, and like I know people don't want to take that want to spend 120, 100, 160, $200 on jerseys. I get it, dude. I get nobody wants to buy jerseys. Somebody and AJ going to Toast Mills. Double move. Get the double move ready. Get the double move ready. Chris says, I hope this defense is better than last year's. Robert says, TK should have won. Not worried about them. Andy's team starts. Yeah, I mean, they lost. Didn't they lose their first game last year as well? You know what I mean? Did they lose the first game? I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, they're a bad team. They're not a bad team. It's just they had bad play. Kadarius Toney is a weak link, and it's all in his. He gets in his head. Looks like Nelson Aguilar out there a little bit. Nelson Aguilar Toney. Kadarius Aguilar. And that's what we're going to call him then for now on. We got a super chat from Ghost41. What's up, man? He says, what's up, Joey? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Fly Eagles fly, baby. And Fly Eagles fly to you, too. I am fucking ready. God, No, Mills, I think, no, Jalen Mills has always kept his hair green, man. I don't think he's ever dyed it. I think he's kept it the same. I don't think he's dyed that. I think he's always kept it the same way. Same way. I don't think he has. Could be wrong, though. We'll see, though. We got Philly D. We got a new membership. Thank you so much for joining the camper tier, man. Welcome to camp. Welcome to the camp. Appreciate it so much, dude. Appreciate it so much for joining up. Man, we're gonna have a short week, so what are we gonna do? So we're gonna have to move our stream up that we usually have on Fridays now to this is gonna be tough. Tuesday. I don't know. Because I usually do a stream. We'll do a stream. We'll do a stream. This year is changing because we're doing more streams. We're streaming the game. Obviously, we do the Philly shakedown the night before the game. We do the post game after the game. Then we're going to be doing stream Monday, stream Friday. But now with the Thursday night game, I don't know what to do now. Monday and Tuesday, we'll do double streams. We'll see. We'll see. Monday, we'll 100% have a stream. We'll have to figure out another stream or we can just keep it for Friday. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What if you said, Chiefs won first game, they blow out. Oh, the Cardinals. Okay. I thought they lost the first game last year as well. Robert Powell says, Joey, you and 500 are amazing. I appreciate it so much, man. I hope you guys do enjoy the shakedown. I know we get a little X-rated sometimes, but It's his fault, not mine. So that's how that goes. I'm glad we brought back Mickey Garner. Yeah, dude, I thought he was going to – dude, he played so well this offseason, man. Like, he's cross-trained the safety as well. Like, he's played cornerback and safety. Mekhi Garner is I figured he was going to go off waivers. I really thought he was going to go off. But, no, we're good to go, man. I'm actually shocked he returned. So, Lewis says, respect the Steelers, but they have become massively overrated. Why? I think they'll have a pretty good team this year. I think they'll be a team that maybe rise up to the occasion a little bit. Versus everyone making excuses for the Chiefs, but when it comes to the Eagles, they have no faith in Jalen Hurts. I don't even care, dude. EJ Kelly says Eagles Fortnite stream. I'm down. Dude, when are the skins coming out for Fortnite, bro? I want to get those Eagles skins for Fortnite. Are they out yet? I got to go on. I have to log in there and see when they have them because we might actually do something. And all Eagles out. I had a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun that day. A lot of fun. That was my birthday stream, by the way. Robert says, yeah, but can't wait to see Dak shit the bed again. We got a super chat from Fugly Gang DB. He says, we don't have a lot of 10 a.m. games this year. Respect. I mean, for people that live on the West Coast, that must really suck because you got to wake up pretty damn early to see a game. Okay. For me, it's at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And I'd rather have the games early because then I have the rest of the day to do whatever. See, it's a long night for me as a content creator when it comes to 4:30 games, primetime games. I'm usually up to like 2, 3 in the morning, literally, watching tape or of the game or rewatching the game again or, doing, extra content. But, I don't like to do stuff too late, but when I have no choice, I got to do it, I got to do it. When do we have a game on Christmas this year? I'm at sell 500, dude. I don't want to do no shakedown on Christmas Eve night. It's not happening, dude. I was so pissed off when we had a Christmas Eve game last year because I think for me Christmas Eve is more of like a family hangout thing all day. Christmas time is like you open your presents early and the day is done. We have a game that day. So I don't really care about Christmas Day too much. The game's later in the afternoon, so I really don't care. Christmas is more of a like wake up in the morning, open gifts, hang out, and then get ready for football. Christmas Eve is like my favorite part of the day of the Christmas week because you hang out with the family all day and you just chill out. And, I think Christmas Day is more... I think Christmas Eve is, I don't want to, I haven't told him yet, but I'm like, we're not doing a shakedown Christmas Eve, bro. It ain't happening. But if we do it, then we do it. But, if he needs to do it that day, then I don't care. It's all up to him. Devin says, Pickett finally learned to convince D's not to take his name as suggestion command. Christmas against the Giants. It's the most wonderful time of the, oh God. I'm not ready for Christmas. I'm ready for Halloween, though. I got a bunch of stuff I'm putting up this week. So, or by tomorrow, I want to put some stuff up tomorrow. I'm going to put some more posters up tomorrow and some other stuff and some lighting. So, Roger, I think A.J. Brown makes sense. Patsy's D backfield sucks. E.J. Kelly said, I had to watch the Eagles lose at my in-laws in Dallas. Oh, boy. Well. Riverside 17th, we play you guys December 17th at our house. Sorry, but you're going to lose that day. What is that? The Cowboys game week 9? When is that, actually? No. Oh, we play home first week, do we? I don't know. Jamman Singh said, how rusty do you think we will be? Yeah, that's going to be the thing. We're going to have to, we're going to have rust. It's going to happen. We might have a little bit of rust. It's just part of the first game being the first game. I think there'll be a little tiny bit. Some might surprise, maybe not. I think we will just a little bit, but we shouldn't have rust for that long. Short amount of time, but shouldn't be for that long, though. But we'll see, though. We'll see. Yeah. Who's going to listen to that Nat King Cole Christmas? Chestnuts roasting. No. On an open fire. Just kidding. My father loves Loves Nat King Cole. By the way. Halloween over Christmas, anytime for me. Yeah, Halloween's my favorite holiday. So if you got some Halloween, if you got like, you want to send me some stuff, like, you know, maybe like a Michael Myers like sticker or like a magnet, or I don't care what it is. I'll take anything at this point because Halloween is like Christmas for me. So Nathan says, I'm already seeing the giant fan Halloween inflatables in front yard. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, I'm gonna be putting up stuff next week. You got to put stuff up in September, dude. You got to. I can't wait till October. Last year, I waited till October to put stuff up. It's way too late. Way too late. So, I'm ordering pizza and wings. What do you eat during games? It really depends. It really depends. Pizza is quick and fast. You know what I mean? But hors d'oeuvres, you know, dips, chips, stuff like that. Love game starting at 10. Monday Night Football at 5:30 doesn't take up the whole day. Dude, good for you, bro. Good for you. Steve in LA is in LA. That's probably great to have it really early. Britt said Jalen Hurts will throw for 30 touchdowns this season. I think he'll go over that, no doubt. I think he'll go over that. Eagles Army down under with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, hey, Joey, have you seen or heard the new thriller? Talk to me. It's about a conjured hand. It's made by Aussie brothers I grew up with. Yeah. Oh, you grew up with? That's awesome, dude. I have not seen it. I'm actually waiting for it to go on digital. I didn't get a chance to see that in theaters, but they're already making a second one, and I heard it was really good. So, yeah. I heard they're making... I can't wait. Saw 10. I'm waiting for Saw 10. Five Nights at Freddy's next month. I can't wait for that. I am pumped for Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes. Yes. Robert says, Supos holds for Elliott T. A huge weapon for our team. People hate Aaron Sipos, man. People hate him. People hate Aaron Sipos. Sucks, dude. It sucks, dude. It's not good. It sucks. He sucks. All right. He does suck, though. Pause. You know what I mean? Don said pizza and jalapeno bomber. Oh, I haven't. Jalapeno bombers are... I used to buy the Fridays frozen ones. They're actually pretty good. Davis says, check your gut. See, my daughter loves The Night Before Christmas. Do you like that? I haven't watched that since I was like 8. I haven't seen that movie. I don't think I've ever watched that during. I'm really tired of A Christmas Story. I'm tired. I'm tired of a lot of those films. I've watched obviously original, like all the old 1950s, 1960s. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, like all those. You know. I haven't watched that since I was a little kid. It's been a long time. Nathan, banana milkshakes are awesome. Chocolate banana milkshakes are pretty good. Miles says, new Chinese novel, Poop on the Wall by Hu Flung Gung. A great read. Okay. Stat prediction for Hurts on Sunday. Let's go. If it's, so we're going to say if it's raining. If it's raining, we're going to say 180 yards passing. Okay. We're going to say 180 yards passing because I think he'll be able to get the ball out a little bit. Okay. I think he'll have 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. I think he'll have 3 touchdowns for the day. And I think he'll have a statistic of, I don't know, I think he'll have like 45 to 50 yards rushing. So I think if it's raining, if it's a bad day, I think he'll have a 2 rushing touchdowns. Maybe, I think either he'll rush for 2 touchdowns, he'll have 1 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, or he'll be, he'll hand off the ball a couple times, have a couple touchdowns there. One of those running backs. We'll see though. We'll see. But if it's a good day, I think it'll be over a 300-yard stack. I think you'll have 4 touchdowns, 325, 330 yards. Maybe 25 rushing yards, something like that. Let these running backs get the rock. Do a good job there. Eagles Army down under with the super chat says they also directing the next Street Fighter movie. Interesting. I'm not really big into Street Fighter too much. My cousin is. I'm not really big into that. Into the games. I played them, but not really big into it. Remo said, I love those poppers from TGIF. I get the same thing. Yeah, poppers are good, man. Frozen. Don't think frozen things are bad. I haven't had frozen food in a while. I really don't eat that anymore. When I worked at the grocery store years ago, I did. Vilvassier says, Joe, if you don't think special teams wins games, a lot of games because of special teams and kickers last year. No, I never. Who said I didn't think, dude? If I didn't care about special teams, I wouldn't be talking about it right now. But special teams is huge. A lot of fans don't give a crap about it, but it's huge, and we could lose games because of it. Now, is it going to be a lot of games? No, but there's going to be 1 or 2 games they'll probably screw up. Like, I'm just waiting for it, to happen. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. You know, if we do good special team, if we get a couple good returns on Sunday, I'll give him props. If we get some good punts. No, if we punt a few good ones, I'll be, I'll feel good. We'll see. Felix Torres, what's going on, man? Chris says Lethal Weapon, another great Christmas movie. Yeah, I haven't watched Lethal Weapon in a long time. I'm going to the Eagles-Vikings game. I'm so excited. Thoughts on the game? I think we win. I mean, we know Kirk Cousins ain't good in prime time. I mean, Jordan Addison is a great addition for that receiving core. So you gotta figure out how to defend a good wide receiver core there. I'm interested to see how they use Slay for some of these games. Are they going to shadow him? Or are they going to keep him at one side? Should be interesting. Robert says offensive line has no backups. It's sad. Who? Ours or theirs? Because I'm keeping a sharp eye on special teams. 100%. 100%. Britt says we lost Super Bowl when Tony returned that punt. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I almost choked on my own spit. I forgot about that. You talk too much and you got to take a breath. That's what happens, bro. Yeah, it sucks, dude. I don't even want to talk about it. Steve says, hey, Joey, Philadelphia on the West Coast. Yeah, he's in California, yeah. So that's why it's early for him when we do stuff, and it's late for me when we do stuff. So that's why the late night games suck for me, because he streams multiple games, so it's harder for me I had to stay up real late to do the shakedown, so it's a little tough at times, Plus I have a 9 to 5 job every day. I work, guys. I wake up in the morning, go to work every day like everybody else. So, Fogely Gangs, I respect your grind, man. I appreciate it so much, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Brian Stearns said, I think Devin Allen should return punts. He's not going to. He's going to, because you already have Greg Ward, Quez Watkins, Zacchaeus, and Covey returning punts from practice this week. He's not returning punts. He's gonna hopefully return kicks. If I see Devin Allen at the start of the game, I'll be so happy just that he's back there, that they're giving him a shot. 74-yard return on his first time. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Devin Miller says primetime Cousins. So, yeah, I think we've been going. I don't know how long we've been streaming for. A while, probably close to 2.5 hours. Closely, probably. But everybody, we still have 186 in the chat. Appreciate all the people who have been joining the stream today. Appreciate it so much from everybody. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe for more content. We'll be streaming the game on Sunday, play-by-play reaction. We will have streams tomorrow night, the shakedown. So definitely tune into this channel if you guys have it. Tune into the post game on Sunday shakedown. We'll have a stream Monday by ourselves here. And then, I don't know, we have a short week, so I don't know I'm going to do another stream because we're going to be doing a shakedown on Wednesday. So maybe I'll do double stream Monday and Tuesday. We'll talk about the game on Monday, and then Tuesday we'll do another stream and talk about our next opponent going forward, which is the Minnesota Vikings. So Donnie said, we're here, boys, 2 days away, 100%, dude, ready for it. So make sure you like the video. Like this video up. Let's try to get it to 200 likes if we can, and definitely subscribe if you're new, because we got a lot of stuff coming our way. The start of the season is happening, and we do a lot of work in the off season, and it's paying off because we're ready to get into the regular season, get this thing going. So, all right. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Let's end this poll real quick. We'll do a poll every single stream. So the poll is done. So who will have the first touchdown versus the Patriots? Swift wins at 31%, Hurts at 29%, Devontae Smith at 20%, third place, and A.J. Brown at 18%, 457 votes. So DeAndre Swift is the man that's going to get the first touchdown going forward. So that's great. That is awesome. So regardless, I don't care. Hopefully we score 30. Got to knock some rust off in this game, no doubt. And yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and make sure you subscribe, like the stream, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace. See you guys later. Peace out.